say? He said, yo, I'll slap a hoe after she proves she ain't no bitch.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's something that you missed earlier. Maybe you can ask him about it. But he mentioned, and I don't want to misquote you, but said every woman until I get to know her is a bitch. Is that
Every woman's a bitch till she prove otherwise.
Oh yeah. That's
Come on, get the quote right. I'm gonna get a T-shirt done. Every woman's a bitch till she prove otherwise. Wafit 2023.
I want to see you wear that shirt while you're performing.
But I can't take credit. Mario Washington taught me. But also, the dumbest thing my mom ever told me was never hit a girl.
That's the dumbest thing that your mom's ever told you? That's crazy.
Come on in, Emily.
That's
the price is right.
Dude, honestly.
But scoot in a little bit, that way we can get you on the camera. Perfect.
So, like, my mom would probably agree with you, but on, like, a lighter scale. Because, like, the thing about Latins is that we don't take shit whatsoever. Whether it be, like, male or female. Me, I'm the complete opposite. Like, you know, I'm a fucking, not a loser, but, like...
Don't worry about it.
I guess, in a way... Because I was watching your guys' clip the other day about simps and the red pill shit. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm for sure a simp. Like, I'm the worst kind of simp.
It's not too late to turn back, man. It's not too late.
It's kind of too late.
No, it's not. It's never. That's
Listen,
So what makes you a simp?
What makes me a simp? So I'm incredibly, like, empathetic and nice, and I do these things that honestly don't even, like have much of a meaning for it. So I'll explain this because, like, Aside of Fry's lore is nothing but my relationship failures.
Awesome.
And so one of the things that I talk about a lot is this Christmas gift that I got my best friend Kit, who is my best friend now, but it was like an old love interest. I got her like $400 worth of gaming stuff, like a Nintendo DS, like Pokemon, like stuff and like that. We were nerds, expecting that I was going to be able to date her. And it didn't work. And it's like, oh, well, here, you can have all this stuff then. Like, it's all yours. It's a Christmas gift anyway. And so, like, it's just, I'm too nice at a point where it's, like, kind of hurting my feelings. It's like,
got you. You were interested in her?
Huh?
Did you ever address it? Did you guys ever talk about it? Did you ever talk about it?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time now. We literally, like, joke about it. Like, this upcoming Christmas, like, we were talking about, like, because we have a friend group, and we're all doing, like, Friendsgivmas and, like, giving each other gifts. And she goes, all right, we're going to have to cap the limit at 150 because Alex likes to go overboard. And we're just like, shut up. Like, we just both, like, laugh at each other, like, stuff like that. So, like, we will bring that up.
Remember when you were in love with me?
But
I ain't hear you saying about my feet earlier.
So, go ahead.
But yeah, like that situation is an example of my like simp lifestyle. Like there's a bunch of other, like I noticed one of the things you guys talked about in that clip was paying for dinner. Oh, I always pay. It's no discussion. Like
that ain't no simp thing, bro. It's just being a gentleman.
Well, because I always felt like I thought it was because you made a good point too. If they invite you out, they should be obligated to pay, right? Unless a discussion comes up. But me, I never have that discussion come up because it's always, oh, okay, here, just take my card. It's fine. No big deal.
Well, to clarify, I meant if someone invites you out on a date, then they should pay for everything. But if you just say, hey, let's hang out, then you're inviting me to hang out with you. So then that's a going Dutch situation. But going back to you being a simp, I was prepared to say, no, you're not a simp. That's just a nice...
I was prepared.
You're not,
you was prepared?
Yeah. Okay, hold the fuck on. What's coming down the pipeline? Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
no,
on
you
to what's
lost
coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, I was prepared. I was prepared to say, you're not a simp. You're just a nice guy. Until you said you gave her... You bought the $400 worth of stuff with the understanding that by doing that would allow you to date her.
That's not the worst. That's not the worst he's done.
Yeah, but that's what makes a simp a simp. That's the difference between a simp and a nice person. A simp does nice things with the expectation that by doing nice things or lying about who you really are will get you the draws. That's a simp. Or you emasculate yourself on purpose to get the draws. That's a simp. Just by being nice to somebody is just being nice.
Okay.
How many female friends do you have?
Counting you? Tiene dos.
Friends, I got a few.
Got a few. Is it like
I got a few and a lot of associates.
Oh, okay.
A lot of associate. What are you, a mobster?
Nah,
It's my associate here.
Yeah, you're right. It is. It's straight mob rules. Because for us, man, we don't really take people that a lot of friends, man. To be honest with you, we don't have friends that aren't Muslim. But everybody else can be an associate.
Oh, I got you. Oh, okay.
It's exactly like
That's
Goodfellas.
legit. I got you. That is
exactly
legit.
just like
I call anybody that isn't my friend a coworker. Like we don't even have to work in the same place. Like it's just, yeah, you're nobody to me.
Yeah.
But before we continue, welcome everybody to A Side of Fries. It's your semi-monthly, semi-yearly show. We don't have a schedule, but I'd like to introduce my guests since we've already been talking. I've got Dennis V. I got Wafiq Zarek, and I got Emily Stokes here. You guys might have seen them on the channel a lot because they are essentially part of Manly Girly Lore, which is nice. And welcome.
Good to be here.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Also, too, just to clarify, it's pronounced Wafiq Zarif with the F at the end.
Ooh.
Don't be a fucking simp.
Now
My
you have to
apologies.
buy me $400 worth of some product.
This motherfucker.
I take you out to dinner. Do you like Applebee's? I heard not a lot of people like Applebee's now.
Hey, you can get the
actually
2 for under
Oh,
25.
2 for 20? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
me.
yeah, hey, it
see?
fits.
Yeah, I would do that. I would do
Like, I
Applebee's.
respect a man on a budget.
Yeah, I do.
Dude, speaking the man, because Arturo was talking about, like, that's not the only thing. That's not even the worst one. Arturo, what would you think the worst one would be? Because I think I have an idea on what my worst one is.
I said that outside of the strip club is the Nintendo, right?
Oh, the strip club has nothing to do
No,
with
no.
Simp part.
No, te va pa'l carajo. Let's come back to the strip club, bro.
Yeah. Well,
So-
tell the strip club story.
Okay,
'Cause
the strip
I don't
club
think-
story. That was crazy. I never want to do that again, especially on the budget that I was on then. So I had a couple of bosses take me out. By the way, I can say bosses now because I don't work for AT&T anymore, so I can like just dish out all that shit, which is very fun. But yeah, so a couple of like my bosses took me out to the strip club because they heard that I've never been to one. And so the conversation came up because a customer of mine gave me a free entry to a strip club in North Carolina called Pure Gold. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, I don't know. I'm never going to use this. And I walk up to my boss. I was like, hey, man, this is going to sound kind of weird, but do you want this? And he was like, oh, I've been there before. I don't need it. And I was like, oh, word? And then we just keep talking about it. And he's like, let me just bring you out. And we go. And I think the only reason he took me out was because I was the best salesman in the store at the time. I'm garbage, though, at that job. But the 1 month that I was really good, they were like, we're going to take you out. And we go, and I was fucking nervous. I didn't know what the fuck to do. And I ended up walking out of that place with a $1,300 charge to my card.
What? How did that happen?
Swiping it on the
If the person who invites you out to the strip club,
All right, that's a good callback right there. That's a good callback right there.
It was nuts.
You spent how much?
Like about $1,300.
Yo, $700 more. You could have thrown Wafiq's fucking wedding.
Yeah, you could have. Man.
You could have been a sponsor at his wedding.
Yeah, you really could have. But what'd you pay? What'd you buy?
So it was just one dance.
Booty.
One really, like an hour-long dance.
You spent $1,300 on an hour-long dance.
So the original price I heard was $800, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's ball." And so
I like you. We could go drinking.
I go, and they were like, "Oh, since it's a card, like there's an extra fee. There's like this and that." Like the first rule, I guess, to a strip club is bring cash. Don't bring a card because if you let them know you have a card, that's where the extra charges will probably come from because they'll try and swoon you, and they'll be like, "You want to just auto swipe?" And then it's like, "Oh, okay." It's exactly how a tab at a bar works. Like,
yeah,
I thought
you're
the
just
first
looking
rule
at
of the
their
strip club is
boobs
you don't
and
talk
they're
about
like,
the
all
strip
right,
club.
I'll auto swipe.
I thought the first rule of the strip club is you don't talk about the strip club.
oh well, I mean, I am the exception because
Gotcha,
I'm not
gotcha.
going back. So after that, like we had this dance, and they were like, I didn't know anything. I didn't know what to do at all because like they had to teach me how to like give the strippers money, and like they were like,
Do you remember her name?
I remember all of their names.
No, her name.
Her name?
All the strippers you remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
You
because
get to know them on a personal level.
Facts.
because I
Who
didn't
knows their
realize
kid's name,
I didn't
too?
realize how weird it was until it happened that I asked for the strippers' Instagram, like I was gonna be friends with them outside.
Wait a
of the
minute.
strip
Wait
club.
a minute. You're the second comic to do that. I'm not gonna throw. Yes, I'm not gonna say no names, but there's this comic from Fayetteville. He's about a little shorter than me. Black guy.
I think he's been on this podcast.
His name rhymes with Rahj.
Yeah, I was with him last
Anyway,
night.
you was there?
Yeah.
Where he fell in love with her?
Oh no, I did a show with him last night.
No. So, as a matter of fact, they went to Erica Castro's birthday.
Okay, yeah.
It was at a strip club.
She's gonna be on the show next week.
It was at a strip club. I'm sorry. Redact that. Rahj. It's not Taj. No, Taj didn't go. Taj didn't go. Put a black line through that. Government redaction. It wasn't Taj. It was this other comic from Fayetteville.
That's 4 bleeps you got to do.
His name was Rahj. Rahj was like, oh man, I think she liked me. I asked her for her Instagram or Facebook. I was like,
wow.
I wasn't even there. I was like, motherfucker, please.
Does he understand what their job is?
Oh, that's the thing, cause like I get way too attached fast. Like that's probably my biggest downfall when it comes to like like trying to get in a relationship is that I'm just mad clingy, and I didn't notice it until like a year ago when I had the Tennessee girl break my heart, and I was like, oh man, I'm 25.
Get all the heartbreak out of the way.
Like it was wild because I remember walking out of that club and be like, damn. I was like in my mind, I was like, can I save her?
Yeah,
You see,
you got to save a whole complex, don't you?
yeah, you see the phrase the philosophy, every woman back then it was calling every girl is a bitch until she proves otherwise, was crafted for people like you to keep you from playing yourself.
You know what? She was the employee of the month. There's a plaque on the wall after you left the strip club because she got $1,300.
And he played himself. That's why we crafted it.
Nah,
it
was
crazy.
You know what? You got a good story. This story's going to be legendary when you go back and marry that stripper.
The return on investment for this story.
He's a mark now. He's a mark.
Oh yeah, all the strippers is coming out the woodwork for him.
It was crazy because like that entire night I was like this. I was like, not breaking. Oh, this is fun. Let me drink my Corona. Like that's it. And then this one girl comes around. This one lady. She goes, "Oh, I like your tattoo."
How are you feeling?
She was like, "Are you?" So like my boys were like trying to get somebody to come over, and I think one of them noticed my anime tattoo and like recognized it immediately and was talking with me about it. And I was like, "Oh fuck, this is bad."
That shit.
She did.
She took a photo from like a little bit faster, like farther away, and was like, "Photo search."
Yeah. She was like, all right, this anime I'm going to take.
Smart.
Dude, it was kind of nuts because we were waiting an hour for a room to open up, and like we were just talking like nonsense. Anime in the strip club, that's a goal. That was a goal right there. That was fucking hilarious.
That's baller right there.
Yeah.
That was that got me off more than the stripper.
I've been doing it all wrong.
I was like, this is great. I was like, I had to take off my hoodie. I was like, damn, it's hot in here. It's fucking nuts. But the strip club was pretty gnarly. I say I'm not gonna go back.
Which club was it?
Pure Gold.
That's in Cary, right?
Yeah.
Have you been to? You've never went to. You know which was a good one? I only been to one here in Raleigh. All the years I've lived in North Carolina. Capitol Cabaret.
I don't know that one.
It's a good one.
I've heard of that one, and I've heard of another one called Rick's.
Rick's was where Rahj fell in love. Not Taj, Rahj. Because Taj didn't do that. It was Rahj.
Bro, now that I got this construction job, I don't know. I might be making monthly trips there. I don't
know. You and Jalen Montanez.
Yeah?
He's in construction.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but not into strip clubs. Oh, yes, he is.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, he does a joke about spitting in the bitch's ass when she says, you can't afford me. He said, bitch, I just spit in your ass for like $3.
That's fucking insane. But, yeah, that happened. I don't know. There's a lot of, I've been calling it lore just to make it funny for, like, the podcast. But, like, a lot of that shit was fucking gnarly. Like, I mentioned the Tennessee girl. That's a whole nother thing. The DS, there was like, yeah, I'm full-fledged simp, and I guess I'm kind of like what it is. It is what it is.
Do you want to be a simp?
Huh?
Do you like being a simp? Do you like it?
Bro, no.
That's why he needs.
I don't like it.
That's why he needs to stop because it's causing him pain and anguish.
Okay.
There was a guy who is married now. We'll call him Dave.
Okay.
Dave. When we were in college, this was my first time seeing the level of the symptoms of being a simp. When I went to college, 9th grade, this guy came down the hallway, and he was white. He came down and said, yeah, so guys, I need to actually talk to my girlfriend. I'm like, oh, okay, you got a girlfriend. You met somebody on campus. We just got to college. Yeah, I met her in a Yahoo chat room. So they met in a Yahoo chat room, and he fell in love and claimed that was his girlfriend. That was my first time seeing people falling in love online without ever meeting a person. So another guy named Dave, I remember junior year, he met some girl online, fell in love, and would constantly come into we were in a neighboring suite. Hey, guys, my girlfriend, she's coming down this weekend. So remember, we want to make sure the bathroom is clean, fellas. We got to have the bathroom clean, fellas. We got to have the bathroom clean. And he would go in every day.
What's wrong with that? Keeping your bathroom clean?
No, that's not the point of the story. He was doing it for this imaginary internet girl. And every week, hey, guys, I just got the...
Sounds like this girl improved y'all's lives overall.
Oh, good. Your bathrooms are cleaner.
Your bathrooms are clean. You kept it hygienic.
But the pain that came from that
taught you a lesson about upkeep.
Nice try, but that's not true. So he came in. Guys, I got the visitor's pass. I got a visitor's pass for her so she can park, okay, guys? And he would come in every day. Guys, we're really loud. When my girl gets here this weekend, if we could quiet the noise down,
do all your white
that would be
friends sound
great.
like Obama?
Because Obama's half white. But so she didn't show up. And we were like, surprise. And we used to laugh and snicker every time he came in. He came in all week, and she didn't show up, and he decided to drive all the way to Pittsburgh, from Rock Hill, South Carolina to Pittsburgh, unannounced to see her. Knocked on the door. She opened it, saw it was him, yelled, slammed the door. Then her dad came to the door with a shotgun and said, get the hell out of my off my property.
So, Emily, can you respect the simp?
Yeah, I think we have like differing opinions on what a simp is. I'm like, a simp is just someone who wants to do something nice for you. Like, I feel like, I'm like, yeah, if I like someone, like, you should be simping over the person you like.
That's not a simp. We established that's not a simp. It's somebody who's sacrificing themselves.
I guess that's what, so, yeah, I don't know.
Well, because I can see both viewpoints. I see your viewpoint because that's exactly what I am.
Because, like, when I like someone, I'm like hardcore
and
simping.
I feel the dude,
shit.
your friend. Because, granted, me, fuck no, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not talking, like, anybody over the internet and trying to develop that kind of relationship unless I've met him at least once. If I've met him at least once, then it's like, okay, cool. You know me, you've seen me, and especially for someone like me who's like kind of big and like,
what the fuck does that matter? You know, don't sell yourself short.
That's true.
That's the symptom in him coming out.
Here's the thing, because I will literally today I made plans with somebody. So I'd let you know, hey, we're pushing this podcast to 5, right? I had made plans with a girl that I have huge interests in. We've both like kind of like, we know each other, we like each other, like this and that. But like, she's blown me like not in that way. But like,
you're winning now. You're winning.
But she's literally blown me off like 9 times.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Dude, like,
you gotta take
we're like in double digits now. And like all the times that I've like made plans to hang out with them and then they just not come through. And, like,
has she ever like made plans to hang out with you, or are you always the one making plans?
It's always me.
Oh, girl.
So have you
gotta
ever,
drop it.
with this girl, have you ever...
No, but she makes it very clear that they want to fuck me like crazy.
She makes it clear to you, but she keeps blowing you off?
Yeah.
Bro, listen, man. Listen, this is the game, man. You getting played, bro. That's the game, dog. That's the game. Listen, I know you feel like one day, if you just keep it up on this path, that things will turn, and one day this person is going to give you the affection that you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
That is the classic symptom of being a simp. Don't do that at all. Don't listen to anything she just said, because it's only going to get you messed up. Perfect. Nice guys do not win. You think you're going to win by being nice, and you are going to crash and burn each and every time. Nothing about your plan is working. So if you continue to work this plan, you will continue to end up ass out, shit out of luck. Stop being nice. You need to be fanatical about preserving your happiness. Put your happiness first, and then
And that's why
the
Wafik
woman's
is happily
happiness
married.
and everybody else will fall in line. I'm not married now because I'm choosing not to be married. I could be, but we're not talking
like
about
the
me.
women are
She's
choosing
trying to
not to marry
distract you
you.
by putting the focus on me. That's the attempt. That's one of their tactics, right? They try to distract from the point. But my point is
bitches.
you. Stop being nice. Put your happiness first. Be fanatical about that, and force everybody else's happiness to get in line after yours. And you'll be surprised how many people accept that.
But he is happy doing these things.
No, he's not. You see how miserable he looks right now?
Bro, what the fuck are we doing?
You see how miserable he looks?
This is his podcast. You gotta build him, bro. You gotta build him up. Come on.
No, that's the problem. We try to build people and then we say, oh, you're brutally honest. Honesty should be brutal. A lie is brutal.
So
Honesty
I'm
is
gonna
beautiful.
tell you, going totally against it, bro. Just wait it out. Don't invest any more.
That shit out.
You know, just like do the texting thing. Hey, how you doing? You know,
I lied.
she's gonna fall.
Okay.
And you're gonna be there to catch.
Why you
you're gonna
steering
be there,
this man
You're
wrong
gonna be
like
there
this?
to catch up on her pussy.
Oh my
Gotcha.
God. That's the
Toda
hope,
con la
bro.
rica. Gotcha.
Stop it. That's the hope. That's how they keep up the system of abuse.
That's
because
not,
they
yo,
know
all you,
men.
Yo, what I'm telling you, bring it down a little. You know, hey, how you doing? Be thinking about you. Oh my God. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
the good morning text.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God.
Because
That's
one day she's gonna be like coming
Hey,
with
don't
her
listen to
heels
this,
in her
bro.
hands. She's gonna be like,
Don't listen to this. This works for Dennis because Dennis is a really nice guy and women like him, but he's not in your realm.
Wait,
he's
what
an
the
anomaly.
fuck? Wafik, did you
Dennis
just hear
is an
what you just said?
anomaly.
Wafik, are you listening
Yes,
to
I hear
yourself?
myself.
Women
You
like
gotta
him
play
because
to
he's
the
nice.
average. You gotta play to the average, bro. Dennis is not average. He's special like that, right?
Yeah.
You
'cause
keep
men
doing
aren't
this
usually
and you're
nice.
going to get nowhere because if it was going to work, it would have worked already. You got to cut the bullshit and it's going to start with you and yourself holding yourself to a higher standard of happiness.
The thing is, though, I don't want to give her up, though.
See that right there. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you what men are messing up, man, and why you messing up. Women know they can play you like this because men are trained to go after two things. One, the hope. And this is where you are. The hope that if you keep being nice, one day she's going to come around and give you what you want. Or the fear that if you stop doing what she wants, she will cut off the pussy. Well, number one,
You
you
ain't
never
getting the
even
pussy.
got the pussy, and
got
you
a
can get
point
pussy other places. Number two, the
but
hope
where do you
is
get it? Where do you get
ridiculous. The hope, another woman. The hope is ridiculous because if you would have got it, hope is for suckers, man. You're not you. I'm a hope that I win the lottery. Stop that bullshit and get what you want right now.
Yo,
if
the
I were
long
you,
game.
that's
The
what
long
you do,
game.
bro.
The
You're
long
25,
game, bro.
By the time you're 75, that shit's not gonna
The
work.
long game, baby.
Stop that bull. This what you do. This what you do. Send her a text and say, hey, yo, meet me at such and such place because we're going to talk or whatever. And then when she doesn't show up, just send her a text that says, I'm out, peace. And then never talk to her again. This is what she'll do. She will text you back saying a sob story. Oh, I'm so sorry about this and about that. This is how you respond. This is a man's weapon. It's one letter, K. Send a woman that text, K. That drives them crazy. They hit you with a paragraph of yin yang. Just hit them with the K. That's it. That's all you say to her. And then this was going to happen. 48 hours are going to pass, right? And you're going to be sweating thinking, oh, my God, I've lost her. Oh, my God, I've lost her, right? Within 72 hours, she's going to text you back with an explanation of, I just feel like blah, 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 blah. I just feel like we should be this. I just feel like, and then just say this. It's not about how you feel. It's about how we feel. And then don't say anything else. And then another day is going to pass. Boom. She's going to come around and be on your program because it's a hard reset. It's a hard reboot. Like when you reboot your computer, you got to reboot her and you got to reboot yourself, bro, because this shit is not going to fucking work.
I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you one thing. That sounds nice. That sounds
that's
okay.
not you, though.
But that's a little scary.
Here's
I'm
the
not gonna lie to
fear.
you.
That's right. That's the fear of not
I'm a
getting
little-
the pussy.
Here's the thing.
That's the fear of not getting the
It's
pussy.
got to go with the... You cannot put your template on him. That's not gonna work.
Yes, you can, because I was him. How do you think I got like this? I get way more success with women now than I ever did
He
being
got all
nice.
these
But
hoes
you
that's
gotta.
clocking him.
Here's the
Yes,
thing. Here's the
I
thing.
do.
Here's the thing.
Drowning in
And
pussy.
Catching it.
here's the
Yes.
thing, because Arturo and everybody else that I've had on here gives me this pushback. But you're a large. You're probably a large too. I'm a 3X, so it's a lot harder for me to really be
That
able
doesn't
to.
fucking matter, bro.
It matters.
That's
Nah,
why
it doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
I'm gonna
You
say,
know how many
there is
fat
a no.
dudes getting pussy?
You just haven't.
It's
I'm gonna break it down to
cuffing season.
you. Just
You're
haven't
in
met to the
demand.
person that has. I know girls that like big guys,
Where they at though?
but
All
that's
of
the
them.
thing.
haven't ran
That's
into
the
a
thing.
single one.
Yo,
Send him a picture, some of Heavy D. I want you to Google Heavy D.
Okay.
He's a rapper, and I want you to
Alright.
study his
Big
style,
Pun.
right? Big Pun is another one.
Fat Joe.
Christopher Wallace. You think it was he started getting the women, the bitches after the money? He was getting in search.
bitches.
You know why? And I put and I
That's
because I
what
got to
women are.
readjust how he's looking at this shit, man. Heavy D was getting tons of women 1988, 89, 90, 91. Was it because he was a rapper? No, it was because that rapper shit only goes so far. It's because he would come in, the most confident dude, and he would say, yo, I'm the catch, not you. And they fell in line. Then he taught it to Biggie, the rapper. He taught it to Biggie. Then Biggie taught it to Big Pun. And they
Okay.
ran that program, bro. You being your body type. If this was gonna stop you from getting a woman, no fat dude in America would have any women right now. But that is clearly not the case. You know how many average dudes I know your body type, they got wives
It's mental.
because they stopped
That
giving
part I
up
gotta
being
agree.
It's just
afraid.
mental.
it's mental.
Mental strong, dude.
You're the
Like,
catch, man. You gotta switch this bullshit because this nice guy routine does not fucking work, man.
Hallelujah.
Okay. Yeah. Shouts out, Jamie.
Emily, do you think the nice guy routine works?
Of course she gonna say yes, she's benefiting from it. Why would you expect
She's benefited
hey,
from
wife
it.
beater, Mr. Wife Beater, do you think the woman not calling the police is gonna work? Oh yeah, I think she should continue to not call the police when I'm whipping her ass.
I do
Of
love
course.
it when men hit me.
No.
The fuck?
She's the abuser.
So-
Why of course she thinks it's a great idea. She's benefiting.
I don't know. Let's see what she has to say.
Please.
I
No,
mean-
I think explain what Emily feels.
Honestly, if anyone knows, it's Wafik. Like everything you said that you were like, this is the play, like would not work on me. Like you're not like after the K, it's like I'm like that's it.
She says that now. So here's
Now,
another
now,
thing too.
now.
Right? Like
Emily,
I've never
Emily,
dated
however,
before.
let's say, and we're playing a hypothetical here. He played the long game. He stayed your friend. And one day you find yourself vulnerable. You may find yourself gravitating towards him for comfort.
When is one day?
That is actually how
And one day
I
we'll hit
You're
the
right on
lottery.
this, Kat.
dating-
You're
yeah,
right on
That's
this.
how I started dating my first boyfriend.
One day
That's
we'll
what
hit
you-
the lottery.
That, you know what that's called? Catching him by the pussy.
What? Hey, look, bro.
The
And
guy I was in a relationship in college, like the only relationship I had, we were friends for like a year before we started like anything physical happened.
Okay.
And how
And
many
he caught you
guys?
vulnerable, right?
How many guys did you have sex before with?
Who
before
cares
him?
about that?
They were getting what they wanted, but this
I
other
did
guy
not
wasn't.
have sex a lot. In
There you go.
college.
See, you see how long it took him to get that? A year. They got it a lot sooner.
But at
Look,
leat he got it. At least he got
He got
it.
it.
shit
You
is
got
not
it.
I
gonna
had sex
work,
with one
man.
person
Dennis,
before
you are
that
an anomaly,
relationship.
bro.
No,
you are
bro.
like Rico Suave, man.
No,
This Rico
bro.
Suave shit
An
you got,
anomaly.
it's not gonna fucking work for the average
Not
guy.
after you know what? Not after this fucking show. I'm not. Thanks a lot,
That
bro.
fucking smooth
about to blacklist you with all the
from the
girls.
I'm Dennis V from the Bronx. What's up, man?
Bro's
You
got-
are like Christopher Rio's Big Pun,
No,
man. That
Bro's
shit is
double
not
jeaning
working.
it with the fucking desert boots.
No,
like
listen,
I was in the
bro.
military.
You
What's
doing
up?
it? You just gotta bring it down a little. Keep the pockets to yourself, but the interest is still there. You know what?
I agree with that.
We get unlimited minutes. It doesn't cost you anything to say, hey, how was your day? How's everything? Not even go down that rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. And one day you're gonna catch it.
Bro, you know what women do when you send that good morning text? They laugh about that shit in the group text. They clown that stuff all the time. Oh, good morning text. Good morning. What you doing? Hey, boo. They laugh about that stuff. They're
Probably
laughing at
don't
this
tell me
shit.
that.
Let me tell you, look. The number one thing I
They
need
do
you
when
to
it's
take
you,
from
'cause
all
you're
of
calling
this.
women bitches all
No,
the time.
bitches
look
and
it up
hoes.
right now. You
When
can find a
Alex-
whole list
Yeah,
on
'cause they're
Facebook
all-
of stupid stuff that women laugh at.
They're
Good
not
morning
gonna do
text.
it to Alex
Here's
'cause
another
they're
one.
like, he's a genuine guy.
Here's
Like,
no,
it's
they laughing,
sweet.
baby. They laughing. Here's another one.
Who's in the group chat?
Here's another one. Here's a good morning, queen. They're laughing at that. If you don't take anything that I'm saying, this is what I need you to take from this. If you don't take anything else, you have to be prepared to take the L at all times by not giving a fuck. And you'll be surprised how much success comes to you when you no longer care.
You see,
So I'll tell
numbers
you.
game.
I'll tell you this because now this situation isn't affecting me as, let's say, previous. Ever since what I call the Tennessee incident, where I went on a vacation.
Oh,
went on-
tell them.
Yeah,
like,
so-
they don't know.
so-
They don't know about
sounds like a fucking conspiracy.
it.
Dude, it's
rough.
like-
Tennessee
It's
incident.
rough.
It's fucking rough, dude. So there was this lady that I yeah, come closer. There was a okay, it's all right.
I'm on your side.
So I took a trip. I took my first
Alright.
out of state like vacation, like to Tennessee, out of all places, because I had a friend that I was really into for like 5 years invite me out. And it was cool. I was like, oh, okay, this is the first time I've ever been outside of North Carolina that isn't Mexico or that isn't New York. So I was like, cool, this will be fun. And we go. Months prior to this vacation, I let this friend know how I felt about her because it's been 5 years. I was like, all right, cool. I figured I'd let her know. And she got mad. She got pissed that I told her how I really felt and was like, oh, you're just another one of those guys that was just trying to be friends with me and then it's wanting to be in a relationship. I was like, well, no, it's not like that. Like, I literally started feeling about you for 1 year, this year. And so, like, she got mad and I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, no, we won't worry about it. Like, we're good. Like, we'll stay as friends. Like, I'll forget about it. But feelings like that don't go away. So we go on this trip, right? And it's like 3 nights. First 2 nights were fun as fuck. We got like we were smoking, we were drinking Tennessee whiskey, stuff like that. We were having fun. Third night, everybody got a little bit too drunk, and there was this dude that was on the trip that ended up making out with her in front of me. And I'm just like, all right, cool. That's not a big deal. You know, that shit hurted. And later on in the night, dude passes out and is drunk, and this woman told me to pick her up and take her upstairs and take him upstairs and put him on a bed, you know, because he's out. And then she decides to go on the side of the bed and slip in, and I don't know what else happened there because everything kind of blacked out for me. Like, she told me to leave the room, and I think they fucked. It sounded like they were fucking.
This man said, I think they fucked. Alex, I'm
Wait,
going to break
okay,
it.
you-
Yeah, they fucked Alex
You
a lot.
like you were like, I have feelings for you before that happened.
Yeah,
Before
yeah,
the whole
you
Tennessee.
did.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you shouldn't have gone on that trip. Once you express your feelings and it's enough, like it's over.
But
like,
she was like a friend of mine for like a long time, like 5 years, and I was like, yeah, like I want to
once
keep the friendship.
Once that's out of the
So-
bag, it's like you kind of.
So then after that, the next morning I was like devastated.
Oh, there's more, of course.
The next morning I was devastated. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like the way I kind of like handle like, oh, I don't even want to deal with anything is like I just live my life blind. I take my glasses off and I'm just like, fuck it. I don't care what happens. Like, this is it. And
Yeah.
so like the entire day I was like blind, like chain smoking cigarettes on the way back from Tennessee to like
you
North
were
Carolina. No, not me. We were all put in groups.
Okay.
Like we took 2 cars, but I was
Were you in the car with her?
No, not on the way back, but on the way there I was. And I could tell, like, knowing that she went to the other car, it's like, oh, well.
Listen, Alex, I'm going to tell you something, man, with all sincerity. All right? I want to get all this out before anybody says anything else, because this is serious. So, I don't have a license to be a professional therapist, right?
Okay.
Obviously.
Amen.
I don't have any of that. But there's a reason many people come to me for advice and my opinion on life, on business strategy. Men come to me for advice about women,
Okay.
and women come to me for advice about men.
All right, Dr.
And
Umar.
I'm going to tell you why. The first thing, because I'm different, the first thing that makes me different is
That is so true.
I'm Muslim.
Okay.
That gives me a clarity about life that non-Muslims don't have, right? I've never been stressed out in my life. Never. A lot of people around me go crazy and they're stressed out. because Muslims are never really invested in this life. We're looking at the next life. So that helps us prioritize and compartmentalize, right? So 9 years ago, when I was hired at Time Warner Cable, sales agent, high pressure sales environment, turnover was crazy, and they could do that because they're paying you a lot of money. $80,000 was what I got. I got $55,000 my first 9 months, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. First full year, $80,000. And I'm telling my mom, why did you force me to go to college when I could have been doing this, right? Because of that, it was high pressure, high churn. People would lose their minds. The ambulances in the parking lot every day picking up people who having stress breakdowns and stuff, right? I never had that. I never felt stressed about the job. And I didn't know it, but my peers were clocking me. They were watching me. It wasn't until after 3 years of being an agent that I became a trainer and now I'm a leader that people would come and testify in my training classes about how I gave them strength. Okay. I used to look at Wafiq and take strength from him because of how level-headed he was. Here's why I was level-headed. I didn't give a fuck. Okay. You tell me no, I don't care. You curse me out, I don't care. You're not hurting me. The bottom line for me was I had $55 in my bank account. I was 4 months late on my rent. I owed my mechanic $800 for a repair bill. They said offer everything to everybody, no matter what the fuck they say. That's what I'm doing. Because for me, it's like this: if you if I put a gun in your head, what are you gonna do? That's my mentality with everything. Because I don't come from this therapeutic environment, right? I come from an environment where we kicked you in your ass, you figure out how to get the shit done, right? So and I could do that without feeling stressed because I didn't care. I was looking at the next life, and they helped me compartmentalize. I said, this world is nothing but sport and play, right? Yeah. So I know I needed to set that up for a reason. The attitude of not caring gave me a sense of calmness and understanding what matters in life, right? That other people would come to. Women come to me. Wafiq, I'm unhappy in my relationship. My boyfriend won't commit to me. We've been together for this many years. We live together. He won't commit to me. Men come to me with problems. Older women would come to me. I want you to date my daughter. And I'm like, why do you think I'm worthy to date your daughter? A woman in my training class, she said, just because you remind me of the men that were around when I was a little girl. My father and my uncles. You just, right? Whoa. This is what I tell everybody. It's your fault. I won't say the woman's name, when she came to me in 2018 complaining about a boyfriend, I said, it's your fault. You know why? Because people only do what you allow them to do. The reason your boyfriend is not committed to you is because he shouldn't have to commit to you. You know why? Because you're giving him everything without requiring the marriage. You want to be married? Stop giving him access to your body and anytime he wants and everything else, and then now he will be forced to make that decision to marry you or not. So if you don't like the way people are treating you, stop allowing them to treat you this way. What that woman did to you is your fault because you allow it to happen. The only reason anybody does anything is because they know they can. When people know they can't do something, we all know you can't kill anybody else in this room and just get away with it scot-free, so we don't do it. She did that shit to you because she knew she could. She knew she could because you set up the environment and told her, whether explicitly or through your actions, that she could get away with that dumb shit. If you want to stop getting played, stop allowing people to treat you like shit. It's your fault until you decide it's no longer your fault.
So that's so yeah, I mean, after all this time, because last year when that happened, like I just was like, fuck, like it's all my fault. And at the end of it, yeah, it was really my fault. I kind of like set that up, but I didn't do it as like a, kind of like how you explained it. Like I was just like, it's my fault. I can't get her back. Like it is what it is, and I'm gonna have to accept that.
Am I the first one to tell you this?
Yes.
You know why? Because everybody else is going to give some soft bullshit to you and say, oh, she was a bad person.
Nah,
and
it's not soft bullshit.
Blah, blah, blah. I call a spade a spade. If you feel like you're out of shape, you want to get in shape, it's because you're fat. Do better. You don't like the way this woman is treating you. Stop allowing people to treat it to you. And it's your fault until you decide no more.
No, yeah, I feel that because like
This is a pep talk, right, Rafiq?
Yeah, fuck it. I feel great
Yeah.
now.
It's reality, B. This is how shit get done. We don't get results in life because we're so concerned about catering to and massaging people's feelings that we put feelings ahead of the result. And you were in the military, D, so I know you know better than this.
No. Don't get me involved in this, bro. Don't get me involved in your
I know
in
you
your
know my
spiel,
philosophy is how it was in the military.
Things change. You cannot, and I've learned this the hard way. I am a certain way. Like we were speaking in the previous podcast, I'll pay, I'll open doors, because that's how I grew up. However, things change. That mentality is not going to work today. Perfect. It is not. It is not because society's not built like that anymore. That thought process, and I learned it the hard way, is dinosaur thinking, bro. That tough love, that fuck that, that's no, bro, because there are underlying causes that have to be addressed. He has to address those underlying causes. We don't know what it is, and it's not going to be something like, don't let him treat you like that. There's something else beneath that. I don't know what it is. Rafiq doesn't know. No one knows what it is. Mm-hmm. Only you do. And only you could take care of that. To just say, fuck everybody, don't let them, there's something else going on. Mm-hmm. And only you know it. You don't have to talk about it.
Well, nah. I mean, we can talk about it. I don't think it, like, in that situation, that was more so, like, because the things she told me on the way back, because I rode with her to the people's house, and then we both took 2 different cars to the trip, and then on the way back, like, it just seemed like I lied to her, like, about, like, the whole thing. She still was so caught up with, like, the lie that I was just gonna be a friend and, like, this and that, which, I mean, sure, she's had terrible experiences with guy friends.
She flipped the cake on you, dude.
Yeah.
She flipped the cake on you because you all of a sudden were upset about something, whether you were right or not to be upset about something. But she's like, well, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this. Mm-hmm. And then you're addressing that.
But he said that he told her how he felt, right?
Mm-hmm. He did.
And she was upset.
And she knew.
And she was upset.
No, but he told her before that even. She knew before. Yeah.
And she was upset, though.
Mm-hmm.
And you took a trip with her or exclusively for her?
Oh.
It sounds like he took a trip with her with a bunch of...
Yeah.
You built an expectation. Well, she didn't promise you anything.
Well, no, yeah, because I wasn't expecting to go on this trip to, like, I guess in a way, like, be romantic about it. I wanted to go to Tennessee and hang out with my friend.
But this is fair also. Don't let me say it wrong, but at the time, you did not even see it as a possibility. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Like, I
so
just
he was like, I'm not going to...
Yeah.
Wait, when you expressed your feelings for her, you didn't think it was a possibility she'd reciprocate?
I didn't. I just... Because here's the thing. My track record when it comes to asking women out is 0 to, like, 15 now. Like, every girl that I've asked out to either be my girlfriend or go out on a date with me has either said no, said yes, but ghosted me, or just won't say anything at all. Like, my track record in, like, my love relationship is fucking terrible.
You were where I was in 8th and 9th grades.
Thanks for that.
That's
one.
where you are. That's where you are.
Thanks,
where I was in
Thanks,
8th and
bro.
9th grades. And Dennis is exactly right. It's a mixture of both he and I, because he actually mirrored what I said. He said, we got to figure out the root cause, right? But I said the problem is you. You allow this. Now it's time for you to figure out why you allow it, and then you cure that disease rather than try to treat the symptoms with some bullshit, right?
But I mean, like, I love hard. Like, that's my thing. Like,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. No.
Dude, this girl that I was just talking to now that fucking blew me off on this plan thing. Anytime she comes up to me and wants to vent, like, I'm there 4 in the morning, like, talking to this girl, letting her know, like, everything's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, should he cut off these women that just,
that
they just like blow him off or don't show up?
And you should just tone it down on your side.
Okay.
Keep listening.
All right.
You know what? Things that I've known, long game works and numbers work. If you only talk to one girl, you got 100% chance of getting rejected. You talk to 100 girls and only 2% talk back to you, those are 2 girls you didn't talk to before.
That's why I said you're me in 8th and 9th grades, because when I got to the 10th grade, this is what I realized. Numbers and not giving a fuck. I realized, and this is why I was so successful in the sales field. I realized All I got to do, people like, how'd you sell so many home security systems? When people are getting fired for not getting 3 home security systems installed, I set the company record by selling, I had 17 installed that month. Next month, I got 25. And they're like, well, how you doing it? I'm like, I don't know. You said offer it on every call. All I did was cast a wider net. I had a bigger net. That's it. So you got the, and you know how, now here's how you're going to do that. You got to put yourself in position to be rejected, painfully discarded, to where something snaps and you no longer give a fuck. When I went to the 10th grade, I stopped giving a fuck about getting rejected by girls. 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, I said, hey, Latasha Omer, tell Samantha Goins that I like her. She told her. She came back to me on the bus. I said, what'd she say? She said, ew, shit hurt me, bruh. 3rd grade, Kimberly Jones. This is another stupid thing my mom did. And I'm gonna help you write her a love letter, and you're gonna say, "I like you very, 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 very." She actually told me to write the word "very" 5 times.
Cute.
That shit was dumb as fuck.
Otis Long.
What grade were you in?
Long, 3rd grade, bro. Miss Cooper's class.
What do you want to say? What do you want her to tell you to write?
Bro,
you're a bitch until you're not a bitch.
Turned out horribly, bro. It was horrible. My man Otis Long, I went to the guidance counselor, Miss Graham's office, and something in me said, yo, grab the note. Don't leave it in my desk because you told Otis about it. I come back in there. Otis is smiling, cheesing everywhere. Miss Cooper is looking at me. Everybody's staring at me. And LaShonda Harris rubbing Kimberly Jones's back like this girl has been crying because they read my love letter out loud to everybody. That shit hurt, right? But what it was doing was, by the time I got to the 10th grade, it was Samantha Goins, Kimberly Jones, Keisha Johnson, Latasha Omer, a ton of chicks. By the time I got to the 10th grade, I had been rejected so much that I was numb to it. To when I said, and then by the time I just kept going, 10th, 11th, 12th grades, it all came together in college. By the time I got to college, I had been dissed by so many girls that it didn't even hurt because I was so numb to it, right? So what I would teach my salespeople is, everybody's homework assignment, if you're a man, you got to go out this weekend and talk to some women that you think are out of your league and try to get their phone numbers. And you're going to get rejected.
Sexually harassed women.
Let's get a woman's perspective on this.
But yeah, let me wrap it up before we do. You got to get rejected and build up a thick skin to where you can cast the numbers game like Dennis said and talk to everybody, and then you'll win.
It's like, it's giving those like male dating advice where they're like, you got to start negging women. You know, that's what this is giving to me.
What do you think? Yeah, Dennis, like, what do you have for Alex?
Just
based on what Feek and Emily's advice are, like, do you think there's any truth to?
So while Feek's experiences, he's trying to apply them to Alex's experience, and they cannot do that.
That's true.
Your thick skin was built because they read a love letter, and Kimberly Rotten Snatch, whatever her name is.
Oh, well, I mean,
whatever her name is, she cried.
Well, I relate to that because I remember I told a girl that I liked her, and she said she didn't like me because of the way my shirt fit on me.
Just get a different
and
shirt.
I was like, oh.
In Tennessee, you just went through the same thing. It applies, Dennis.
Yeah, you really should have just not gone on that trip.
Yeah, but I wanted to go to the mountains. I love the mountains.
You fucking went to the mountain of despair.
Seriously, you should have told her how you felt after the trip then.
Well, the thing is, like, it was either if I fight for this, it'd be just a waste because I'd just get more hurt because I was already hurt. Like, she told me, like, this is it, goodbye, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, so she said goodbye. Like,
and I was just like, all right, well, whatever. I guess I can't change somebody's opinion like that.
You sure can't. Don't even try.
So, yeah. So that's why I let it go. And to this day, like, I kind of, like, we did a lot of stuff together that was, like, really coupley shit. Like, one day for her birthday, her family gave her COVID and she was about to go on a trip to Spain. So she had to put that back, like, push it back a month. And so I waited a week and a half for her to be okay. So where I took her to Greensboro and we went to this, like vintage, like, store where they sold, like, you know, like Gundam, or, like, you can, like, build cars, or, like, it's an arcade, like, it's nerdy shit. And then I took her to, like, this arcade in a mall that was, like, big, round one. That place is cool as fuck. It's a really cool, like, date idea. And, like, we spent 4 hours in there high as fuck playing Street Fighter, like playing all these arcade games. We went in the photo booth. We were in the photo booth for like 30 minutes. Like it felt like love shit.
Question for you. Are you approaching these women as friends to try to get in there? And then, right, because maybe you may be opening with the wrong, they're like, okay, well, this guy just wants to be friends. They know that you don't want to be friends, but you're kind of giving the pass.
I used to be like that, when I was like 17. And then I was told that it's okay for them to be your friends. You just don't make it the mission for them to be your girlfriend if you're going to be friends with them. And so I took that to heart and was like, I'm just going to be everybody's friend. And if feelings spark...
And then agrees that this is how you scoop up the pussy? Is that what your terminology?
Catch him by the pussy.
Catch him by the pussy. My mistake.
Oh, so misguided.
That's why it's like a six-pack. You catch them, your fingers fit perfectly.
Well, I told him.
The thumb, just lock the thumb in, and you can maneuver with the finger.
Okay? He's like...
That's a different podcast.
He's like, it's one of those pots and pans where you could just take the arm off and then just... like, that's fucking wild.
Do you still have the female roommate?
Oh, yeah. Sarah? She's
yeah.
That's my best friend, dog.
But this is, I think, a perfect scenario, right? That is where you
absolutely not. She's off the table, bro.
Why?
No, she's absolutely off the table.
Why?
Well, for one, she's like a 15 and I'm a 2, so it does
Don't
not
talk about
work.
yourself like that, man.
She honestly, I feel like roommates shouldn't date because that's gonna mess up the dynamic.
I didn't say anything about
true.
dating.
Well,
every female roommate that I live with, I've fucked. Just because eventually, bad date or whatever.
Exactly.
You're a dependable guy. You're not an asshole.
Yo,
and they're
it
like,
comes in from a bad date. Just.
Dude, no.
That's
what's her
messy
name?
as hell.
That's what?
That's messy.
It is messy.
That's messy.
Yeah, wait. No one said it's clean.
Yeah.
We're trying to fix one problem.
Yeah.
We're trying to get out of here. Come on. I'm on your side.
No, yeah. She's the person where I draw the line at. Like, it's like, no, it's never gonna. I just respect her too much to where it's like I don't even want to mess up that relationship anymore. I've messed up too many.
You know what?
I'm not really trying to fuck this one up.
That's cool,
Good
bro.
idea.
Yeah, like she's really my best friend.
Ask her if she has friends though.
Yeah,
Slay
that's right.
all them friends.
Don't shit where
Yeah,
you work.
slay all them hoes.
That's the thing, though. She's
woman me.
so like me, my other friend Kit, who is the girl I got the DS for, and my other friend Sherwood, who is actually going to do an episode with us later on. He runs like the catering for Bullbox, so we're going to do an episode with Bullbox in the future. Yeah. But like that's all of our friends. Me and her, Kit, Sherwood, that's all she has. And so it's like
maybe she wants something more.
No, I doubt it. Here's the thing, because I don't have the experience. Like, you guys are always talking about, oh yeah, like I guess dating could be an option, but like fucking is an option. I don't have that experience, dude. I still got my card, guy. I hold that card dearly, like it's a Charizard.
It'll come, man. It's just like doing comedy, bro. It's just like all the open mics we had to go at and crash and burn.
That's another
until
thing
we got
too.
better and better.
That's another thing too. The Tennessee girl really fucked up my comedy flow because she was the one that supported me the most.
Bro,
in
what's her
comedy.
name, bro? I'm about to say, what's her name?
Let's call her.
Look this chick
Dude,
up,
I
bro. I'm
had
about to
stopped
ruin her
comedy.
life.
Let me call her.
I stopped comedy for a year. I tell people 6 months because I don't want to like
ruin this chick's life.
Yeah,
man.
she fucked me up. She was at every open mic. She was at House of Art and Halcyon and Haymaker those nights. Like she's met the comics that are out there. Like they knew her. And
did she try to date any of them?
No.
Okay,
bro, listen.
Good. I was gonna say.
No, I get why the signals were mixed. Because if you're going to to see someone at an open mic,
like she was
I'm not going to see my friend at an open mic.
Whoa.
Like she's met my like family. Like I know that's not like a big thing.
Dog.
Like
you don't still talk to her, do you?
No.
I can't. Like no, I can't.
Good.
I saw her once.
And cut the rest of these bras off. Too, I mean, seriously, you got to, bro. You got to start fresh, man. You got to be ruthless. Listen, man, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna surprise you all and say something that might be controversial.
Okay.
Oh shit!
This will be controversial.
Aguántate las panties. It's coming in hot.
Emily is coming behind me or coming behind us and giving her thoughts, right, from a woman's perspective, as she should, because she is a woman, right? So she knows what a woman is thinking, bro. But I'm just going to tell you this, man. She is not the person you should listen to at this point in time.
My goodness.
You do not need Emily's advice or any woman's advice yet, because a man is best equipped to tell you how to get a woman than a woman is best equipped to tell you how to keep a woman. Okay. Women are not used to hunting. They're used to nurturing.
Let's
give
get
you the
ready.
advice, bro.
Too
I don't
humble.
look. Now what she about to do? This is what she about to do. She gonna. Oh,
let her get lost. Let's see
That's
what she
not
says.
even the point. That's not the issue.
That's very much the issue.
We ain't talking about no Predator, Bill Cosby shit. We talking. That's an analogy, bro. Don't get caught up in that.
Why are you using that analogy?
Yeah, let's just hear what she
Because
has
it's
to
real.
say. Let's just hear what she has to
Doubling
say.
down on
Because
the
it's
analogy
real. We are
of
used to
being a
going out
predator.
and getting it. Then they're gonna nurture it, bro. A man like us is gonna tell you how to get a woman. Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'll take it then. A man is going to tell you how to get a woman. Then Emily and another woman can tell you how to keep that woman. But listening to that stuff, when she said, we're now nagging and annoying women. Yes, that's what the fuck we got to do to get your attention. That's fucking life.
No.
We gotta tell you, bro.
No.
Coming after, so pursuing a woman
That's not my
is
approach.
nagging. Pursuing a woman is nagging.
Negging. Do you know
Wait,
what
hold
that
on. What's
is?
negging?
Negging. It's like when you insult the woman to make her feel less than, so that she will come back to her.
It's actually
you'll chip away at her insecurity, so she'll think that all she's
It's
worth
one of the
is
baseline narcissist behavior.
is like
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And so
It's a
it sounds
technique.
like what you're doing
It's
is
a
that
technique.
you're chipping away. Exactly, you're chipping
It's
away
a technique.
at women's.
I mean, it is a technique. I mean, if you
So,
gotta do that,
Don't
I
do
get
that.
it's
a
not
really
my
shitty thing
ultimate
to
technique.
do to a person.
At the end of the day, though, these problems are always gonna happen, and at this moment, it is what it is. Like
Every person that I have been interested in that I've dated, it's because they've sent me the good morning text. They've been like, I really like you. I want to spend time with you. Like, they've made an effort to let me know.
That's
Good
not
evening.
the majority. It's
No, I'm
not
kidding.
working with the women he's talking to.
Well,
And it's not the
what
majority.
women are you picking? Like, where are you picking them? Like, is there just a common threat? Like, what do you go for?
A common threat.
What do you go for?
I don't know. I'm not picky about women, like whatsoever. Just as long as like you're cool and we vibe.
Yeah.
Like if they show even the slightest interest of what I'm into, it's game over for me. It's like hell yeah, let's go.
So if they breathe, they're good.
Yeah.
Because you're like a handsome guy, right? Like you're a good looking guy. You're not like there's nothing like
So see,
crazy
if you would
going on.
have told me that like a year and a half ago, I would have been like, shut up. But now I know
it's on the podcast. You said
Yeah.
I'm a piece of shit. You
Yeah.
know, like.
All you gotta do
But I'm a fat hot dude.
Yeah,
you
all
know?
you gotta do
And
is
there's a lot of
accentuate.
There's
women
a
that
lot
like
of women.
They like bodies.
Accentuate your cute features, man. That's all.
But I need bread first, so we work on that first, and then
Why do you need bread? Because Wafik might have a different
Totally.
why do I need bread?
Bro, you don't have
Oh,
to.
bro, I just want to feel comfortable. Like,
Okay,
like,
so you're focused on the different. Your focus is not women right now. You're trying to get yourself financially stable. That's perfectly
because
understandable.
the thing is, like, I'm in a period right now. Because for me, I'm one of those losers that are like, oh,
You're not
Not a
a
loser,
Bro,
dude.
what the fuck? Stop
can't do
with
that.
this
You can't
dumb
do that,
shit,
bro.
bro.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not
It
a
gets in
loser.
your head. It gets in your head the more you say it.
no, it's fall and winter is like always the hardest time for me because of just everything always happens in fall and winter. But this fall and winter, I'm just like, fuck it, dude. I just want to work and I just want to make sure I'm good for the next year. Make sure I have all the money to pay back those 401ks I pulled out for the strip club.
Legend.
And once you figure that out, don't think you have to have money to get a woman, man. I remember in Raleigh, no car. I actually had a woman take me out on a date. She came to my apartment on University Commons in Raleigh, one of those student living situations, and I wasn't even a student. Picked me up, took me out, and then brought me back home. Why? Because of my charm and my personality. Don't think it's about the money. I was riding a bus, bro, pulling them. And I seen a bunch of other broke dudes on the subway in New York, on the bus here, doing the same thing.
Well, yeah, I feel you on that. I
And
don't
you're not
feel
a
like-
short guy either. You're a tall guy as well.
Yeah, 6'11".
Whoa.
Or
Now we're
5'11".
going
Hey,
into-
listen. I'm tall in my country, right? I'm just saying by U.S. standards.
I'm the tallest midget you've ever seen.
No, but what I'm saying, right?
Like money isn't that big of a deal. I just would like to have money just in case, like in the future, like something does go my way. Like we could do the fun shit. Like we can, go karts, golf. I don't know, like mini golf, like the fun shit. I don't want to take them out to a restaurant. I eat enough. Like take them somewhere fun. Take them like where, museums are kind of boring now. Like that's kind of everybody's gone to a museum. Like go do just be cool. A park is fun. The fucking new Cary Park. That was a cool place to go visit with people. Like that's the thing. I just feel like I feel you like money isn't always the biggest requirement, but at the same time it makes things fun.
Question for you.
Go ahead.
Do you think that you're filling your time hanging out with these girls that you have a platonic friendship with that you would love to be with, and do you think that it's taken away from the time that you could be out there pursuing romantic interests?
No, because me pursuing romantic interests, that just is. It seems like a lot of work.
It's a different mindset.
It's a different mindset. You gotta, question is what's important to you.
'Cause the
Like,
thing-
have you given up? It feels like you've given up.
Well, it feels like he hasn't even started exploring that part of it yet.
Yeah,
So-
like I went to the club a couple weeks ago for Halloween.
Yeah.
And it took me a lot of drinks to just get to the dance floor and dance.
Which that video was fire, the Spider-Man video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
you
Spider-Man.
look sharp in that.
But I didn't talk to anybody. Like I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go drink. I'm gonna go have fun. I ain't like. It was nerve wracking for me to even get into the bars up
Yeah.
until I had those drinks, and then I was like,
You
okay,
could have
cool.
talked to a girl in that outfit because you look good in that outfit. Like it was like you like what was your outfit? What was the costume?
Oh, it was Spider-Man. It was like a full body Spider-Man suit.
Yeah. And
But like I was wearing jeans and shit because I'm like, my body's weird. But
do you think you're closing yourself up to approach because of the shyness? Maybe it's just immersion therapy
what is
that he
that?
needs. You just need to like
Go balls
hard,
deep.
so you're not afraid of it
Get
anymore.
rejected.
1,000 times.
But
Well-
Dennis will tell you, it's a numbers game.
It's a numbers game, but going back to again generational, you gotta have a different mindset for dating. That's one. Two, apparently the online dating thing's where it's at. If
Okay,
you're
yeah.
afraid of that contact of putting yourself out there, online dating's perfect for you.
That's what I thought too. And I'd be taking these fire ass pictures and I'd be putting them on my Tinder profile, and I still haven't found any luck, and that's fine.
You only use Tinder or you use Hinge or others?
I think Hinge is a little weird.
That's
Bump-
the best one, bro. Like you actually get to show your personality.
Well, that's the
Emily,
thing.
what do you think about Hinge?
Hinge is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I use Bumble, but I'm
Yeah.
about to delete Bumble because it's
Bumble's
kind of
the worst.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to
Bumble's
say it's
garbage.
kind of sucks. Tinder shows me that there's 8 people that like me, but every time I keep right swiping and I run out, like I never get to
That's
them.
how they get you. No, it's just
Yeah.
so you pay for the premium.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah, I paid for that.
but I mean, I'll give Hinge another
That's
shot.
how they get you.
Just learn something.
Wow. I didn't know that there was a limit. I thought you could.
But he does know how much to spend on a wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, honestly, like dating's out of the question now.
Really?
It's just reflect.
You're a young
Reflection
man.
on
What do you- how can dating be out of the question?
It just is.
You haven't started though.
It just is.
But he
I
said
got
he's
you.
focused on his finances now.
Yeah.
If that's your reason for it being out of the question, I'm okay with that.
I'm like the guy. Like, what's that movie? I think it's like The Cowboy with No Name, where like there's that iconic scene where the kid asks him, he's like, "Wait, what's your name?" And he goes, "I didn't say it," and then walked away. And it was like, wah, wah, like the end of the movie.
Yeah.
That's some real emo shit.
Yeah. Don't say that on that thing.
Hey, we're gonna have to take shifts checking up on this.
Yeah.
No, I had a
Don't put pressure on yourself as one. You just have to not, in a way, not give a fuck, but not like neg them either. That would not be my approach necessarily. But
yeah, I am like because on my story, like I'll either be
Yeah.
my story is like so fucking one thing or another. Like I'll be posting like a day of just anime clips, like cool ass anime clips, just because I'm nerdy.
Yeah.
And then one day it's just like, oh, the saddest shit. I'm just reposting. I had a comic the other
Yeah.
day at the Good Night Sub and Mike go, "Alex, are you okay, man?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm good. What's wrong?" He's like, "These sad ass fucking stories make me think you're about to kill yourself."
Yeah, dude, you gotta stop
Yeah.
posting such emo shit all the
sorry.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
me.
If
because
you,
women want you to be a confident guy overall.
Yeah.
So like, you don't want to.
I mean, like, we want to see that you have those feelings and thoughts, but like, if you just put it up on public for everybody to see, it's like,
It's rough, right? Yeah.
yeah, it's like, don't do that.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
self-sabotage in me. It's
yeah,
just
if you
like-
sign up for my program, you're gonna have to sign a waiver first that you're not going to get depressed and kill yourself after all the rejection.
But that's the thing, like, because they'll be really sad, but those songs that they be playing in the back, they bump.
No, but let's just think about this, like just like from the perspective, we pull it back, right? Like,
Okay.
let's pull it back a little bit.
Nice.
Now, what's the worst case scenario if you were to try and not get it? You're not getting laid. You're not getting a relationship. Is that fair to say?
Worst case scenario, I'm trying again in a month.
Okay, no, but I'm saying like,
Oh.
let's say you go for it and you don't get any, like any hits, right?
Uh-huh.
Then the worst case scenario is still the place where you started. So everything is upside if you try. There is no now the resilience of being able to kind of forget the haters or forget the negative comments. That's a little bit that you have because you're already at the scenario where you would be if you get rejected. So just as like out of a numbers game, right? You said 0 for 15. 15 is nowhere near the amount of numbers or tries that you need. Like nowhere fucking near the amount of tries that you need. Once we're talking into the hundreds, like that is when you really start because your sample size is too small. You don't actually know if there are any buyers for you.
Hey, don't talk about him like that.
You need to go. You're lead qualifying right now.
Stop simping.
Yeah, you're lead qualifying right now. You don't know anybody, right? Like you don't know anything to anybody. They're not your friends right now. They're just complete strangers. You can't sell to somebody that isn't buying. So you just need to knock on enough doors to find your buyers. But right now, like you're giving up too early. The numbers are nowhere near representative of what the reality is, and I think you're focusing on that number and thinking that that's the reality, and it's not. It is not the reality. Talking to from 2 fucking or 3 fucking old guys that have at least 10, 15 years experience on you on more.
Nah, don't,
hey, you got to include this queen right here.
Too.
No, does he need to hit? No, I'm saying just from the guy perspective, right? But he needs more numbers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because women reject most of the guys that hit them up. Is that fair to say?
I guess so.
Yeah, I get slam dunked.
No, so if women if 100 men hit you up, how many are you actually going on a date with?
No one's hitting me up I guess some people are hitting me up in real life, but it's not I don't get approached in real life that
but even on the apps,
but that's what that's for.
But let's say out of 100, how many would you actually go on a date with?
2.
Exactly.
That's the number I gave.
Exactly. So if you had 10 or 15. You're never going to get to the 2 because 2 is 2% out of 100. Okay. 2% out of 15 is not even 1.
You get
what I'm saying?
Numbers, bro.
Okay.
Also,
so you need more
advance. Don't stay. If you, you're
cast a wider net.
Friends for so long. You got to express your interest sooner than
5 years.
5 years in.
Yeah.
Bro.
Look, 5th sentence in. That's it.
At all times, she needs to know that you're down to fuck. At all times, she needs to know that you want to have sex with her.
Emily, what do you think about that?
At all times.
Yeah, and what do you think?
I'm gonna be.
Wait. No, this is serious.
Then it's if you're I'm just here to fuck.
No, I didn't say that.
Then it's I'm not gonna come to you with anything real.
I didn't say that. Here's how it sounds. Here's how it looks. Here's how it sounds. A tech talk about sex in the conversation. Every now and then. What else? Watch a movie or suggest a movie that has sex in it. But every now and then, you're incorporating sex into the conversation. So she knows you are not the friend. You are here to be more than her friend.
I'm gonna stop
you
right there, dog.
That's
a negative. I'm sorry. That's just listen. Here's the thing. Sex is the last thing that's on my mind, and literally
maybe not the last thing.
No, it is. It's kind of crazy.
Why?
Because that's not the first thing I look for in anything, really. I grew up.
What if it's the first thing they're looking for?
Yeah, obviously it shouldn't be the first thing, but it shouldn't be the last thing either.
It may be a question of they got that interest. And you didn't put it out and then they became friends. And they're like, I don't want to mess this up. So it's kind of role reversal. They started with that interest. Like that whole day you spent at the arcade and you took the pictures. Maybe, I don't know. She was like, I hope he kisses me today.
Ding, ding,
but
ding.
You waited. You don't know because you don't. You waited.
I'll give you an anecdote. My first girlfriend in America, it was in 9th grade. I used to be a little prude. I never had a girlfriend until 9th grade. I never even kissed a girl, right? And I asked her, I remember, her name was Brandy Ingersoll. She was like a white ghetto chick, right?
Okay.
Wife beaters, chains,
Whoa,
thing,
Vicky.
right? And I went out with her. I asked her out. She was my girlfriend. But I was a little pussy, I felt nervous and whatnot. And then, I waited a week, finally mustered up the courage to just give her a peck. But by then she was done. We broke up. I did not strike when I needed to. And because of that, I was disqualified.
There's a window.
Yeah.
There's actual window.
Okay.
Between you friend-zoning yourself.
Yep. In sales, we call it asking for the close. At all times, ABC. From the movie Glenn Ross.
Emily has a vagina.
Alec Baldwin. What did he say? always be closing. We're not in this to play around in this conversation. I didn't give a damn what you called me for. Your internet box just blew up. Okay, we're going to have a sales conversation. It might sound like an internet box, but I'm moving it to a sales conversation. Always be closing.
You got the Wolf of Rally right
Wait a
here.
minute.
Yeah. That's what I meant by
Emily's about to peek here.
Emily.
Please.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the Wafik's whole approach to most
Remember
things.
what I said?
No. Well, it's not the down to fuck approach. It's the, hey, I have further interest in you.
Yeah.
Rather than just.
Yeah, you need to establish that after like the first couple times you hang out.
Shit, it needs to be from the word go. She needs to know you are not in this to be friends. Whether you go to the extreme, she needs to know that you're down to fuck all the time, or whether you say ABC, always be closing. My point is, she knows every second of your time together. You are not in this to stop at being her friend. You are trying to be romantic.
And this is probably where the self-deprecation.
Exactly. And I hate to say this, I guarantee you this. The guy she slept with made it known every minute. She knew this guy is trying to be romantic with me, whereas you made it known I want to be your friend.
Well, I have a quick question before this. Emily, has it ever happened to you where you're like, oh, I might be into this guy, and he never pulled the trigger and you lost interest?
Yeah, actually, that happened, and we're still really good friends. Now, well, you're going to have to redact all of
Yeah.
this.
I mean, don't even say the person. You don't have to say the person name, but, like, it is because he didn't pull the trigger that now he's just a friend?
Well, it was like a situation where we were really good friends, and I thought that I liked him, and I was, like, about to tell him, and I was like, I don't know. I wasn't completely sure, and I didn't. And I was like, I think we're just really good. Like, I was about to be like, I like you. Like, I was literally like, I like you more than a friend. And then I was like...
But if he would have said it, you would have been open to it.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
In that window.
At that time.
In
Yeah,
that
but
window.
I'm really glad we weren't, because our friendship was... I feel like our friendship to me was more meaningful.
It probably would have been better as friends.
Well,
yeah.
Right, but he didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, neither of us pulled the trigger.
Right, that was
like,
the
we
thing.
Got close,
but
was
there
like,
was
nah.
a window that it would have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the problem. Right. You're letting that
Where at least the chances are higher.
The chances are
at
higher.
the very least.
And I never missed the window. You know why? Because every second of our time together, I'm making it perfectly clear. I'm not your friend. I am trying to be romantic.
I'm here to
He
fuck.
just lets women know
I'm not saying I'm trying to fuck.
DTF.
I'm saying
If you're watching this podcast, that Wafik is out to fuck you. Yeah.
DTF. That's why I moved. I moved because Wafik was slinging that down the fuck.
Yeah.
I am talking to you just because I want to fuck.
Hey, not just fuck. Romantic is what I'm saying.
That's
Whatever
code
that may
word
be.
for fucking.
I mean, yeah, you
Alex.
know what?
And that's another thing. I think that also comes with like the self-depreciation, is that don't say anything also when I say this, because I know I'm gonna get a reaction for it. I don't think I fuck well. I don't think I'd be. I don't think I'd fuck well.
No. Okay, no. Not insulting. There's a theory out there. There's a theory, and it goes with sex as well. It's too much with the number, but for a person to be good at anything, it takes 10,000 hours of practice.
Yeah.
No one in this fucking room, not even the Grand Wafik, was knocking them boots, passing bitches out the first time.
Absolutely not.
Kimberly Rahj did not want to talk to them.
My first time, it kind of worked for a little bit, and then it did not work anymore. And then it was like, okay, well, I
Yeah, now
had a
you
good
got
time.
don't. You're putting pressure
Learn
on
to eat
yourself.
some pussy. You know,
You're putting pressure on yourself. You ain't gonna get good for a hot
it
minute.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at first. It's gonna be, like.
But because you're a newbie, it's like when you're a brand new comedian, you say,
Oh.
this is the first time I'm doing this, so the crowd takes it easy.
Yeah,
Make sure
yeah.
you let her know. This is the first time I'm,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
it goes
yeah.
bad, you go,
No,
that's
don't.
my time, everybody, have a good night.
I'm gonna do it.
That's my time,
As soon as you come.
make sure you make sure you tip your waitress, that's a good time, goodbye.
Yep. Right.
Give it up for your host.
Give it up for your host. Make sure to tip your waitress, and
Close that pussy.
good night.
I'm
Thank
here
you
all
for
week if you
supporting
wanted to
local men loneliness. No, yeah. It is what it is.
buy a watermelon. You know, like
Don't do that. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
No.
about
Watermelon.
the joy
I
of
thought
sex.
cantaloupe works better.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll come later, though, man. That'll come
Yeah,
later.
Listen,
Don't put that pressure on you already.
Don't
bro.
put the pressure. Like, you know, like just be like, it's gonna be terrible, so it's only upside.
Okay.
Also, foreplay is more important than the like physical act for women. Like the literal foreplay is more important than the like penis
The
and
build
vagina.
up. The build up.
Okay.
I want to
So-
point out that
Please,
Emily and I
please, are very close to each other
agree
right
on something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Fucking mind.
On our next podcast, Emily converts to Islam.
Oh, man. Woo, that's
Dude,
funny.
Yeah, I honestly, it is what it is, dude. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
it's
that'll
all.
come
It's
later.
just small steps.
Yeah,
We'll be okay.
yeah. We got to get the initial. We got to fix the foundation
You
first.
got a good start. You're doing
Yeah.
the gym thing.
You gotta
you're
lose the fear.
working, You got your podcast going.
Yeah, I gotta lose the fear and lose the fat. Let's do it. No,
Well, you gotta lose the fear. The fat is not the issue here.
Yeah. We got to get the
Surprisingly
foundation.
enough, you think that's the issue.
It's
But a
not.
lot of people that think that's the issue, they get skinny and they still can do it. Fat is not the issue here, dude.
So true. When I was your age, let me show you a picture of the guy that I was dating when I was your age, because you're gonna be like, "Damn, you dated him?"
wait. Are you older than me?
Yeah. You're like 25, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
It's like what?
Hey, women
No,
don't
you know what?
get
No,
mad,
I'm
man.
about to because my roommate does the same fucking shit. He's like, I'm older than you.
Yeah,
And
but
I'd be
she's
like,
a 29-year-old woman. You're a 25-year-old
Yeah.
guy.
All
When,
right.
Look,
but
when
it's
I
not
was,
that far.
It
Yes,
is.
it
Trust me.
is.
It is?
It is.
Yeah.
When I was
There's-
25, I was an idiot.
Yeah, trust me.
All right.
Big difference from 16 to 18, from 18 to 22, and that from like to 29. Big difference.
Oh, I didn't do my Alex's comment this episode.
I thought we couldn't say that word anymore.
Well, we can here.
Yeah,
We can.
Yeah.
I get chastised for it all the time.
By who?
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't
Yeah.
say
Well, I do it here because I mean,
this is your space.
I mean, dude, I'm disabled. You know, like diabetes is a disability now, so I can tell you. No,
This show is
That's
set.
right. Nick Jonas really
This show is set in the
Suffer.
popped
year.
it off
Show
for
us a picture.
diabetes. Oh yeah.
ADHD.
All right, so this guy
We're gonna tackle ADHD.
like
next.
had a little pot belly, 5'7", and I was like really into him.
Oh, but like, still, he's slimmer than me.
Okay, yeah, but still, he wasn't.
He's got a neck.
skinny.
I don't. This
Sí, pero
hoodie
ve-
is like choking.
Mira
me.
esa cara pendejo.
Yeah, look at that. Fuck.
He's
He's got nice glasses. Tiene sus
That's what I'm
lentes.
saying. Like you're probably on the same level of
Bro, he
attractive
looks
as
like a
this
Tunisian
guy.
terrorist, bro. Come on.
Like, I'm just saying, like,
Emily
Wait,
looks for the.
personality is more important.
Yeah, he read books.
Yeah.
I
Look
read
around the
comics.
Yeah,
I read
yeah.
comics.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, the excuses that you're telling yourself are not the reason why.
Yeah.
You're the only one using them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nobody's giving you that excuse. Like all of us have fucked people before. You know, like.
No,
While
I'm a
feet makes
virgin.
love.
Yeah, like, you know, Pig's like, you know, you're a bitch while I fuck you, you know. But,
If you're a bitch, I'll fuck you, bro. If I pay for your wings, I'm making love.
So like, so what's like? What do you think you can do to lose the fear?
Lose the fear. I feel like
Do you think you put pussy on a pedestal? Like, do you think you are maybe putting too much value
like
on
the
it?
Kendrick song.
Yeah, like God is pussalaya, you know?
Well, I do put women at a very high standard. Like they like.
As you should.
Yeah, they're.
You're like the
fucking-
shouldn't do
anti-Wafik.
that
You're
at
like
all,
the,
bro.
the
Yeah,
other
like-
side of
That's
Wafik.
terrible. Don't do
The-
that.
well, like I was raised by women, like my mom, like my sister. After that, all my friends, like during high school, the only people that ever would talk to me were women in high school. I mean, yeah, obviously, like a couple dudes. I have my guy friends.
Yep.
Like we just play video games and stuff. Like
Let
their
me tell
chick-
you something real quick. I'm sorry. I know Emily's just a friend, but her body language says he's interesting. What he's saying about himself is not true. Like the whole heavyweight, not getting
Yeah.
her body.
Yeah.
Her body language is saying
I'm
something.
like you.
You're very welcoming to what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like are definitely being in your head about your insecurities.
Yeah.
Now she just closed up her body language. She said,
Here's yeah. I mean, like,
Sorry, let me.
cause like I have like
How's that?
Oh, whoa.
yeah. I mean, I think after I'm not saying that all of this is like a waste of time, like relationship and stuff like that. I just feel like once I feel comfortable in other aspects of life, I wouldn't be stressing so much about relationships, because other stresses.
That's what you think.
That's
or
what
is that the lie
I
you
feel
tell
like.
yourself?
I feel like there's other stuff that's happening in my life that is causing me stress. That just relationships kind of just get tangled into that, and
And not even relationships. Where let's take the first step. Just banging them out. Like that relieves a lot of stress.
Practice on them hood rats.
That's right. The 40-Year-Old Virgin. That movie was spot on.
Now, I got a question, and it may be inflammatory to certain people.
okay.
Are these women white women, or are they black women or Hispanic women?
Okay, so it's been mostly white women. It has been mostly white women.
It's a cultural thing.
Latins are for sure like the runner-up on that list.
Oh, didn't do my argument any good.
Black people, I've had a couple black girls.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
my man.
Yeah.
That's right. Give it to me. There you go. Give me some.
But the dream is Asians. That is the dream. That's
well,
like
that's
elusive
easy. Just
Asian.
fucking get online and buy one.
so,
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
Fuck, you should have said start with that. The podcast would have been done in 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. The elusive China doll. You can buy it.
Something no one's done on this show. Speechless.
100%. All you need to really save is a ticket to Thailand, and there's a fucking app. You literally,
Filipinos.
dude, I just found out that if I were to go to Japan, that women really love Mexicans. Like that's a huge.
All right, let's start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Make me happy.
Yo, serious. I mean,
But listen, that's
because
the thing, though.
do you think you need to be in love to have sex the first time?
Me personally, yeah. I feel like we really got to be like on the same page if like, you know.
What if it doesn't work out the first time you have sex? Because we agreed, right? It's going to be terrible. You think you're bad at sex, right? Do you think that's going to help
Listen,
if you're already in love with your chances?
It's not going to hurt if we both feel the same way about it. It'll hurt, but it's not going to hurt like as if, oh, I thought this was fantastic. And she goes, oh,
It's going to be bad.
Yeah, no matter what.
But quick question, and maybe I can get a woman's perspective, right? Because do you like... I think like there's a lot of romantic comedies that have lied to a lot of us, and I grew up on them and I had to like deprogram it. But like, do you think that a woman could fall in love with a guy, a modern woman, without having sex with him in 2023?
Yeah.
Like that.
I felt that way too.
well. If
But
you're
like,
in-
what are the odds? Is it a higher likelihood that she falls in love with him before having sex and then they have sex?
I just feel like you wouldn't wait that long to be like if you start having you're like, how long does it take you to fall in love?
That's a good question.
Me?
He's like immediately.
just happened.
Yeah,
again.
like maybe like 2 hours into our conversation. That's the thing, though.
But
I like a lot of things, and a lot of people like a lot of things. And
Yeah.
if we click, and like you really like the things that I like, oh yeah, dude.
I'm
like,
not saying that you're wrong, by the way, on that.
no, I'm not saying
That's
fall
that
in love.
sangre caliente, you know?
But that whole 2 hour into conversation, I'm not gonna say you're gonna love them, but there's a strong connection.
And like dude, and this is gonna sound so like lame, but like
Oh no,
I really like,
No judgment here.
because I watch a lot of
sounded
like
so
romance
sarcastic.
movies. Like, I don't know. I've talked about like Blue Valentine like a couple episodes ago. I finally saw La La Land like 2 weeks ago.
My favorite movie.
My favorite
Yo,
fucking
bro.
movie. Let's go,
That is
baby.
My
seen it.
favorite,
Yeah.
bro. La La Land. That
movie's
is
actually good.
That's the shit, dude.
You know what?
It's a good movie. I like it.
It was. I loved it,
Dude,
bro.
anytime I
it's
leave-
a heartbreak movie.
Every time I feel kind of down
Look,
and in the
goosebumps.
dumps, I'll
Goosebumps.
leave the building and I'll
thinking
just start
about it.
singing City of Stars. I'll be,
Maybe-
City of Stars.
Are
I'll
you
just-
shining?
Oh, shining.
we're
I
the
watched
wrong
the
people.
end. I didn't watch the whole movie.
This is my dad. You know what? Sorry, guys. Spoiler. Plot twist. This is actually my dad.
Yo soy tu padre.
Well, we have some lofty aspirations and some lofty goals. We're talking about sex. We're talking about love. I would like to start. My goal is to start with the small things first. My goal is to correct your issue with the women that you currently have now who keeps standing you up. Before we get to the sex, before we get to love, I would like to start there because I think I like to set SMART goals: smart, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. And I think that is the best place to start.
I remember the first time I got ghosted, it was by this girl named Lauren who I invited her out to whatchamacallit. I invited her out to go see a movie. We were gonna go see that evil super. Like she's like a emo chick. So I was like, oh, horror movies. That's
You're
cool.
like, you're emo. I'm emo.
Yeah, I was like, let's go see whatever the evil Superman movie was back in like 2019.
Yeah,
20...
Brightburn.
Brightburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I had ordered, like, I went to the Alamo, so you can, like, pre-order your food and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, like, you know, you can get food there, and she let me know what she wanted, and so we were like, okay, cool, I'll just pre-order it so that by the time we get there, it's ready. We get there, and she didn't show up, and it was, like, $30 worth of food that was just there,
That's fucked
and
up.
so I remember the
Especially because she gave you a fucking order.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And then, you know, when the guy that brought out the food, he was like, oh, was there supposed to be somebody else? And he was like, I was
No,
like,
motherfucker,
yeah.
look at me.
I was like, oh, yeah. He's
Sorry.
like, do you want me to, like, refund you for this? I was like, no, I'll just take it. And I ate all of the food.
Did you
Like,
ever talk to her again?
I did. And it turns out that the only reason she never showed up is because she felt indifferent about wanting to go out on a date with me. Because she had dated
She couldn't have messaged
friends.
you?
Bitch,
Yeah, right? She should have just let me know.
Sounds
but
like an excuse to me.
She said that she didn't want to date me because she knew my friend Steven. And she was like, I dated him, you know, I just feel like he'd be weird about it. And I remember when she said that, I shot Steven a message. I was like, hey, do you care if I date this person? He goes, no.
I don't give a shit.
And I was like, I screenshot it. I was like, why did he just say that?
See, the problem, and you kept talking to her afterwards, right?
Yeah,
That's
well,
the
after
problem.
obviously we stopped talking,
You want
and
the
then now
closure.
it's like she's like we're Instagram friends, so like
That's the problem. See,
Yeah, that's
we got to get
Yeah, if you get
everything.
stood up, that's it.
Yeah, it's out.
We got to get the confidence together. We got to get, of course, you're talking about your money, you're talking about sex, but we got to start with the core foundation that needs to be corrected. That's what Dennis was talking about, the root cause. And I think addressing that issue, these women you currently have who continually play you, continually stand you up, correcting this is our immediate goal because that is going to lead into everything else. And the way that I suggest correcting it is taking the philosophy that every girl is a bitch until she proves otherwise.
okay.
I didn't know this was a take care of you project, and he's a project manager.
Yeah.
You keep saying we, you. We ain't doing shit. You need to do.
And if it is a project management situation, I don't think you want him on your team.
Okay. Is what he's doing now working?
Maybe not
It's a
the
work in
term
progress.
bitch,
Nah,
but
bro. Nah,
Yeah,
bro. There's no
I think
nicety,
it's better
no middle
than like
ground, bro. It's
making
bitch.
women feel lesser. Like that's just
Okay. How well is that working? He's putting them on a pedestal. How well is that working?
Well, he's only 25, bro.
Yeah.
It's time to grow up and get it together because he's not
doing it.
happy.
He's doing it at his pace.
Yeah.
He's already said that the relationship thing's kind of on the back burner. He's got things he got to work on.
like
Yeah.
like listen, that's why I am like this because I feel like any kind of encounter with women that I've had, I kind of think about like it's like, oh, okay, so if I'm a burden at any point in period of time, I should stop and just leave it, because I feel like, you know, obviously this is gonna sound like I guess in a way feminist wise, but like women have got it hard. So I feel like just me interrupting their time of day, just what they do with like my presence alone, and it's very degrading that I say this, like just me being around them, I feel like I'm such a huge bother to just anybody, but like
no,
women
that's
specifically.
come on.
We have
now.
feminists right here.
Yeah, no. That's,
no, her. Really?
No, you're not bothering them, man.
Yeah,
You're engaging in
no.
conversation. You're both.
If
It's
they're-
mutually beneficial.
Yeah, if anything, if they're busy and stressed and you're like, hey, I want to hang out with you because I like your company, that's going to make them feel better.
Now, are you making these women the centerpiece of your life once you meet them?
I used to.
Okay, that's
Not
another
anymore.
Thing.
Yeah.
You have to. If you want to be more than friends, you got to show them, hey, I got such a life that you want to be a part of it. But when they become the focus, they're like, yo, no.
I'll give you a good example. You know, you didn't used to weightlift, right? And
Yeah.
like whether, you know, you're like, oh, I'm lazy to do it, but now you're like, okay, regardless of how I feel, I have to get into the gym, right? It's the same way, right? regardless of you how you may feel about this woman, catch she feels or whatever, you still have to act according to the program that you're going to set for yourself that's going to lead to more success. Because I think you're getting caught up in your feelings, and then you're letting that take over. Because none of this, what you're saying, have I ever heard, what does she want? How does she feel? It's all about how you feel, right? Like, so... And how you feel, like it's almost like with Feek, you're not even taking her into consideration. It's all about how you feel. I'm not throwing any shade with Feek, right?
I'm still trying to figure out, am I the good guy or the bad guy in this scenario?
There is no bad or good guy. You have strong convictions, and I respect strong convictions. So, like, in this sense, I may not agree with him, but in this sense, like, what does she want, right? Like, do you think, like, she wants somebody that she tongues to for 2 hours, making her the centerpiece or fall in love with her? She's like, you don't even fucking know me. I mean, there may be more layers to me. How the fuck could you know that you love me?
But
right?
that's why I feel like being friends with them first and knowing what they're into, what they like what.
No, you're putting yourself in the friend category. Like, you're like...
No.
Then what do I do?
Bro, you don't play.
A street fight is way different than a sanctioned fight.
Oh,
yeah.
You gotta. Am I gonna fight by the rules, or am I gonna be street fighter and do what I gotta do? That's the same mindset.
This is what.
No, that's what you gotta do. You know, if you like a girl, after those 2 hours, you're gonna have to approach it differently.
Okay.
What does she want? What are your likes? Not the friend way.
Exactly.
It's a whole mindset.
And I think my mom told me that bullshit too. You want to be friends with a girl before you go, oh, okay,
your mom
whatever.
said love you very much.
But that's what I said about how Emily can't tell him how to get a woman. She could tell him how to keep a woman. A man is going to be able to tell you that, right?
You know what? While Feek is telling Emily what the fuck she can do, I agree with you.
That's right.
Yeah, while Feek tell that white woman what she can and cannot do.
It's not race-based, but
no, not at all. Just gender-based.
Your father
bitches.
is the one that came and told you how to be a man or whatever. A man is going to tell you how to do it because a woman is not
doesn't
out
know
there.
Better.
No, it's not they don't know better. It's just not their role. They're not out there hunting.
I know.
A gazelle can't tell a lion how to be a lion and how to hunt.
That's right.
I mean, once you get the prey, then boom, now she can tell you what to do with it, right?
Bitches can't tell you how to be a pimp.
That's true, but that's not the way I said it just now. Damn.
Hey, that's fine.
Is this how I sound on the show?
You use Bill Belichick. Hoes can't tell pimps how to pimp, baby.
But check this out. He's right, though. He's right. He is 100% right.
Fuck you. That's not how it works.
He's 100% right. But look, when I say every girl's a bitch until she proves otherwise, that's a protection for you. It's a cover. I'm going to give it to you as another analogy. And you'll probably like this better. Dennis, you're from the Bronx.
I am.
If your parents were anything like mine, because I was born in New York, right? Sent us up there every summer, right? I go to New York. Now listen. If anybody talks you, don't talk to anybody on the street. If they try to tell you and help you, they're trying to get over on you. If you need help, go to the police officer. Does that sound familiar?
That sounds familiar.
Don't be outside staring at those tall buildings because now you make yourself look like a tourist and a mark. Remember this? Those signs in the subway stations, beware of pickpockets. They don't have those up anymore. You know why? Because the pickpockets used to stand there and watch people read them and look for you to reach back and put your hand on your pocket to make sure your wallet was there. Now they know where to strike, right? New York, big city. See? That's big city mentality, right? Dennis, you know what I'm saying? You can't be out on the street trusting everybody in the big city. That's what every girl is a bitch until she proves otherwise entails. Yeah. You cannot be putting these people on a pedestal, giving them all of your love, all of yourself, all of your friendship, everything, giving them total domain over you. They have to earn that right from you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How are you going to earn that right, Emily, to move out of that bitch category?
Oh, I'm staying a bitch.
I've been trying to get her riled up, and she's like, I'm going to be nice. Yo, your chair's all scratched up.
Yeah, no, I am.
So what do you think about the fact that maybe you're not, like, what do you react when I tell you that you're not taking their feelings into account because you're just saying what you want out of the relationship, and maybe there's a disconnect there?
So at first I was like, oh, that sounds pretty bad. Maybe I just wasn't caring about them enough. And then I realized it's like, oh, no, you mean that as in, like, negatively affecting, like, me and automatically assuming that what I think is for them is not for them. And so I at first I thought it was like, oh, yeah, maybe I'm just a piece of shit.
No,
but it's not that at all.
Not at all.
So
it's like you're. It seems like you're setting the stage of what you want that relationship to be like, but that doesn't necessarily mean, and we're all telling you that that's how they work. You know, like, and you only learn that from experience. Bro, like, you know, we've all gone through the fucking, you know, like you said when you were 25, you were completely different, right? Yeah. It's through experience that you really get to figure that out, right? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of like if I describe to you, okay, how to drive a car, does that fucking do anything for your ability to actually drive the fucking car? It doesn't.
You got to get in that car.
That's
You
right.
gotta get in that car, you know?
Is it stick shift
Yeah.
or
But
automatic?
make sure
you gotta
you
leave the
use a
mayo
condom.
inside the car, you know, like.
While you're in the car, use protection.
You know what, Arturo, I figured it out. Arturo is me without the trauma. Arturo is all nice and he sounds so well measured. He's me without the trauma. You can tell I'm out there used to.
Don't sleep on him, bro.
Right, I'm out there
Don't
used to
sleep on
going
him, bro.
after. I'm used to going after bears, and I gotta come with a club. Bang! I'm gonna get this done. But Arturo is nice and smooth with it. He's me without the trauma.
That's hilarious.
I had to literally what you said, Dennis. In my early 30s, I was a boy. In my early 30s, I had to become a man, and it required for me to change my mindset.
Yeah.
My mindset was what was wrong, and that fucked up my entire approach. Like I thought I had to figure out. I had to change my mindset, look at things from a different perspective, and that made all the difference.
Okay.
Right now, you're in a mindset that you like. You know, we're the best at lying to ourselves. When are we the best at lying to ourselves? Whenever we like come across something that's a little bit uncomfortable or painful, and then you say, "Oh no, it's because of this." It takes those negative emotions away, and then allows you to not focus on them. But that is where you just lie to yourself because you know yourself the best, and you're the best one to lie to yourself. And you have to change your mindset. The mindset is everything. Because right now, you're past life, and you're like, "Oh, I did all the right things, and I didn't reach the result." Well, that means that you're not doing the right things. But you got to change your mindset about what the right things are. Like to quote the 40-year-old virgin, right? You know, well, you thought it was right has not been working. You got to try some wrong, baby. You know.
Okay. Well, obviously
Don't put
that's
yourself pressure on that, but like
No, yeah,
without the pressure, like it doesn't matter, right? Like it doesn't matter because right now, if it doesn't matter, you're gonna get the same result that you're getting right now. So
Yeah,
it's only upside.
Because like I feel like right now, like it is a good idea just to like chill and like focus on work and focus on like because I am moving again. I'm making my fun.
Now, is that a lie that you're telling yourself because you're afraid to take more at bats? Is
No.
this a place where it takes away the negative emotions because it's like, okay, it hasn't worked, so let me say that it's a good time to chill because that makes me feel better about it.
Well, I mean, I'm
just
at a
making
Where are
sure.
you moving? Like out of state?
No, I'm moving. I think a little bit closer to here. I'm moving to like the Crabtree area.
Oh, I was
So-
gonna say if you're moving far away, you might as well, do everything.
Yeah.
And make
Do it
it
all.
fool of yourself. 'Cause
Yeah.
you'll be in a
Yeah,
different
I
city,
mean-
you know?
Yeah, because I got the move, and then I just switched jobs.
Yeah.
You know, we're not with AT&T anymore.
Yeah, are you moving in with the same people you live with?
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
we're getting a spot in Crabtree, so it's
Okay.
gonna be cool.
Why doesn't she throw some of her friends' pussy your way?
Because
We
the
just-
only friend she got is.
is me and Kit and Sherwood.
I'm thinking she's perfect for him because she got no outside influences.
Nah, I can't.
Isolation.
Can't do that.
Isolation. Break them down.
Yeah, you gotta separate her from the pack.
Yeah.
Anybody
she's
here
cool.
have older siblings, older brothers?
I do.
I do.
I do.
This is nice. I wish I had something like this when I was a teenager and
no, I
in
ain't
my
have
20s.
this.
This
Yeah, I
was
didn't
great.
have this
had to
whatsoever.
listening to us talk to and help you, I feel like we're your uncles or something. I'm like, damn, this would have been nice if I had something like this, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
like-
all think you're great. That's why we're telling you this stuff, right? Like you're
Yeah,
not
I'm
a
always
piece of
like
shit.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you gotta love yourself.
Yeah,
Thanks, Aunt.
I have
Aunt Emily. Auntie Emily. That was great.
Yeah, I have. That's a huge problem with me. But with time, we'll get better.
Yeah.
We'll get
Yeah.
better.
Well, not only time, you need to take action. Time is not gonna solve it because you've done the time.
That's right. That's right. Nothing
Uncle
changes
Arturo
with time.
with
Only
dropping
action changes.
jewels.
All right.
So
yeah.
what's the action that you think that you need to take?
There is no action right now because like I said,
If you leave a rock on the floor, if you pass, no matter how much time passes, it ain't gonna move.
yeah, I mean the move isn't gonna happen soon. I'm not talking about like me moving. I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about the rock, the analogy.
Why?
Because I feel like if I shift my focus into an action, I'm gonna lose sight of the other actions that I need to pay attention on. Because I have a problem with multitasking. Like I say I can multitask, but I really have a huge problem of keeping up with everything that's important to me.
What if you said, I'm gonna set one day per month where I'm gonna take the action no matter what, so I can take care of all my shit. but you always do it.
Here's the thing, because I talk about like going to the gym late because I don't have time and I don't have the patience to create a schedule. I just started going to the gym like early in the morning, and that was a thing that I had mentioned I was going to do a year ago. It takes time, and it takes time for me to commit to those things because, you know, it's just, for me, it's a little nerve-wracking. Like, my anxiety is like, oh, shit, like, I got this one thing that I need to take care of, but then there's another thing, you know? I mean, anybody could say, like, bills stress them out. That's part of the stress.
Well, it sounds like and I'm excited. My girlfriend has anxiety, right? Where you're just grabbing the entire bowl of all your problems and try to fix them all at once, but you can't. You can only fix them one problem at a time, right? If you try to fix them all, you're never going to move because of the anxiety. I mean, like... But Dennis, I think you all had something.
How much of those things that you are classifying as important are really important?
Bills.
That's another thing. You gotta prioritize, like, what can I really affect because if a year from now that important thing is still the same, then it was never important. Just replace it with something that you can act on.
Well, I mean, because like the goal of, and again, this is going to sound weird, the goal of getting a girlfriend was like the top 3 important thing, because I was like, I want to be happy. I want to be happy with someone. I want to make that a thing. And obviously, I failed at that. So all the other things.
You didn't fail. You just haven't found success yet.
Okay. All right.
Because you haven't had enough at-bats.
Well,
yeah.
Well, as much as you know, even in this simple conversation, you've brought yourself down so many times. You need to be happy with you.
That's my biggest problem. Yeah.
Yeah, because you've called yourself a loser and this, that, and you need to change that.
This is a good exercise. What do you think are the positive things about yourself, like just one, that people would like?
I'm funny.
Okay, what else? Funny's great. What else you got?
I'm adorable.
You're adorable. Okay, what else you got?
I drive a sick car.
You do drive a sick car. It's nice. Yeah, what else you got?
I'm very kind.
You are.
You are. I'm very empathetic and very loving.
You're good to your friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of these qualities are great. So why would you put yourself down? Focus, like, you got to play to your strengths. These are great strengths to have, right? Like, you could be saying, "Oh, women are bitches until they're not." You know, like, fucking with you, like, I'm just kidding, dude.
I mean, I want to have sex with you now. Those are great qualities. They're really, no, I'm just kidding. But he's exactly right, man. But
Are you?
I know you said you got other priorities, man. But listen, coming from the sales world, having to coach people, our coaching process is we identify the problem. Then we don't leave the coaching session without making a plan with a goal. And we have an immediate action step. So I hear you say that you can't take action now. You have to do all this other stuff. But as Arturo was trying to tell you, man, if we don't leave this without a SMART goal and an immediate action step, it will never happen, because you're not going to magically find yourself in position to where all boxes have been checked, no balls are in the air, now you can focus on this. It's never going to be perfect. I'm pretty sure if you were like me, well, I'll get into comedy when this happens. People say I'll get married when I get this amount of money. It never becomes perfect. You have to make a SMART goal, and it's going to be small, and an immediate action step. And in the coaching sessions, we would end them with, all right, what is our immediate action step? Do you understand why this is important? Do you understand what address it takes? Do we have your agreement that this will be the very next thing you do when you get back on the phone? So you need to make that action step, not later, when we leave here tonight.
No pressure. No pressure.
No.
Okay.
Emily, did you have some insight into this? No? I'll give you this action, right? Like, I did this when I started comedy. I used to do 100 days of bombing was my plan. I started doing stand-up comedy. I'm like, my plan is to bomb 100 fucking times that I go up. So ideally by 101, I'm not bombing, right? So you can't plan for success. You have to plan, okay, let me go. I see a cute girl. Let me go up and ask her, you know, like if she wanted to grab a coffee and for a number. You have to set the expectation that you're going to fail whatever number, let's say 200 times, so that when you get that result, it's actually the result you expect. But then you get surprised, maybe at 201, that you don't get a result, and probably before that.
We got to figure out something else that isn't a coffee shop because that's on the 100 list of places not to take the first date.
Why?
What?
Please, yeah, it was a whole. I told you there was a list.
Who
a
made
list.
this list?
The
Applebee's
internet,
is on there.
The
Cheesecake
Factory was number
You
one.
don't
think
want
this-
those girls. You don't want those girls. Chains
Yo,
are
wait a
fucking
minute.
awesome.
The
Okay,
woman
I'll
in
go to
that video
Applebee's
we
right
saw
now.
last
Yo,
show,
wait a
that
minute.
came
Who
from them.
made this list?
The woman in that video that we saw, the women like that put it together. It was all. It was trending for the
Yo, that's
last.
crazy.
Yeah, it's a legit
Don't
thing.
listen to that
Don't
shit.
listen to that
bro.
shit. Emily, didn't you say you love coffee dates as a first date?
Or cocktails.
Yeah, cocktails.
Cocktails.
But not
that's
dinner.
my go-to. Yeah, definitely not dinner.
Have a drink.
I like a coffee date. I like if you're downtown, like where there's a walkable area, you have a coffee and then you like go to a bookshop or a museum or something afterwards.
He said museum.
I was gonna say,
Museum's good.
because like hypothetically, say like for you, if like I were to have like a date with you, I'd be like, all right, let's go. Like, I feel like you'd be really into music. That's like my assumption. Let's go vinyl shopping because that's something I like to do. Would you want to come with me? Like that kind of stuff.
Are you gonna buy her a record on the first fucking date?
You would.
Then you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Don't fucking like. She's like, oh, she's gonna take me shopping.
Oh,
Hold on,
you
hold on,
like
hold on,
that
hold on.
album?
Hold
Oh,
up. No,
Look
no.
at records is a different thing than vinyl shopping.
It is.
But I feel like just one thing is not a bad thing.
So-
it's not a requirement. But I feel
You
like
can
just,
run out of cash before you have 200 fucking at bats.
just one. I don't know. That's like my instinct. Cause like I don't know. I'm just a giving person.
But it's okay
But
if
also,
he
it's
wants
kind
to.
of I mean, that either way, because it could be kind of weird if you.
That's what I'm thinking. That's the problem that
Get
I have. That I know
a gift on like the first
sometimes
time you
it's
meet
weird.
someone.
Yeah,
That
but
could be
like
You could make it adorable.
You could, yeah.
You could take it and be like, oh, this is gonna be a memory for when you ghost me.
What about the museum?
the museum's a really good idea. I just I feel like natural science museums and history museums are kind of like overplayed.
Go to the Raleigh Art Museum. It has an outside exhibit.
The Contemporary Art Museum is a good choice for me that I like. Or like I know they have like the alpaca farm, like a zoo is cool.
The thing is, like, you gotta like
Yeah,
to leave the
bitches love
emotion out of it.
cute animals.
Your opener and the way you're gonna ask is gonna be the same every fucking time until you like moto improvise. Every fucking time is gonna be like, oh hey, great, like great to see you. It's like hey, or if you're doing the approach, otherwise it's gonna be like, hey, how how do you feel going for a walk at the art museum Wednesday at 5? Every time, place, activity, time, and don't deviate from that approach, and then no fucking chatting after.
Yeah.
Until you meet them.
I also don't want it to make it like seem like my goal for like the first date is to get them something because that's not it.
Museum,
like I was
museum and dessert. That's a date right there.
yeah. Like I bring up the record thing because that's happened and it's low key worked in my favor in like a relationship blooming, but not going.
How many times have you bought records that it didn't lead to a second date?
It's not just records, but
How many times have you gone on a first date and bought shit and it didn't lead to a second date?
well, I guess I can't really use that as idea of date, but anytime I take anybody to an arcade, I try to win them something.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay, that is cool. That is
or
cool.
like or any of those like at
Barcade,
Frankie's.
any of these barcades, hey,
Yeah.
you want to go grab a drink at this thing? You have fun, right? But like always the same approach, and then let that naturally develop.
Like the vinyl thing, like I don't make it where it's like, oh, I have to buy this for you. It's like, oh, I'm already buying a record, less card swipe. Like here, I'll take care of it. It's no big deal.
How the fuck is that different from I'm
know.
not buying them something? You
I
just
don't know,
said
man, 'cause
I'm not buying them something, and you're like, why don't I buy you something?
Yeah.
Well, because
So-
like for me, I don't make it seem like where it's like, hey, I want to buy you something. It's like, hey,
Bro.
if
They
you
know
want
us
to,
better than they know us inside and out. She knows.
it's my wording though. It's not like I'm
It's
like,
muscle-
hey, I want to buy you
but
this.
you're establishing the precedent of muscle memory because I'm telling
exactly.
you right now, man. My first thought when you said that was, damn, I'm gonna get him to buy me a bunch of stuff every time I'm with him.
So you can get away with it to create an emotional connection. You go to the museum,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh my God, I've never seen the Mona Lisa," and you buy her a little Mona Lisa magnet.
Yeah,
Every time
little-
she
yeah,
sees that
exactly.
fucking magnet, she's gonna think about you. Every time she goes to the museum, you don't buy her a fucking record because she's gonna play it for some other dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Under 10 bucks.
like in that scenario that happened, like we were talking about like just bands that we really like, like I'm really into like like indie, emo, alternative, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we were talking about like how, because at the time the new Strokes album came out like 2 years ago, and we went and they were telling me about their favorite like Strokes song, like it was like Reptilia, you know, that's like the classic for everybody.
Yeah.
And that album just so happened to be in like that collection of vinyl. And I was like, oh hey, look, it's your favorite album. I was like, that's cool. Like, if you know.
Listen, if I was a girl I wanted to, like, and I said, oh, let's go record shopping, I'd be like, yeah, I really like this song, and we're going to find the fucking record, and you are going to fucking buy it, because you already set the muscle memory for me to get
Why
more
is
something
everybody
fun.
so
I
evil?
immediately-
I'm not being evil. I said you could buy my
It's
album.
not evil.
No,
Once
I
again,
I don't mean
once
you
again,
guys.
No, listen. Once again, this is your perspective. Your mindset is that they're evil.
But it
Because-
seems evil.
No, listen. You are making, you're being what a nice guy is, that you're making an unspoken agreement with them that they never fucking agreed to. They're not being evil. They're just not in on this agreement.
Okay.
So you're actually setting an agreement that they did not agree to, and then they're taking advantage of it because they never fucking agreed to, and then you feel bad about it.
Yeah, because I do look at you now as an ATM when you set it up that way.
Do you need $5? Like,
No, I just feel like
You're worth more than that.
okay.
Yeah, 20 at least.
Yeah, I got you.
Bitcoin.
Cash out.
You know? And that's why it's like, you know, like, it's a stranger at the moment. You don't know who the fuck they are. You don't know them anything. Like, you have to be the most important thing in your life because they're the most important thing in their life. Otherwise, think about this. And this may be the emo part, right? But nobody can love somebody that doesn't love themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, and part of loving yourself is being the most important person in your life. Doesn't mean that you don't care about anybody else, but you have to care about you first. You got to put on your mask before you put on somebody else's.
I don't know. I just feel like, because I compare myself to the story of Corduroy the bear, where like he got bullied a lot and like he didn't care, like he just liked it. Like he's a defective toy doll and like everybody made fun of him because he was a defective toy doll. And it's like, oh, he had a lot of love for people. He gave up a lot of stuff for people that hated him. So it's like, I believe that I, in a way, am like Corduroy the bear, where I just, you know, it's my nature.
No, why?
Why?
Well, is it possible that by saying it's your nature, it takes responsibility away from you changing that?
No, when you put it that way.
well, Arturo, you were trained by the same people that trained me. These ask questions that to lead them to the answer that you want them to go to. That was good. I like the way you did that. Is it possible that
I've been there, man.
Yeah. All right. I don't have any comment on that. That actually.
I've been there. I let my friend,
stumped me.
and I was in love with my high school friend, Leah. I thought I was in love with her. She wasn't fucking in love with me. You know, like, to where, like, you know, I got out of high school. She was like a year behind me, and she was a senior in high school, right? And I was working at like a call center or whatever. And she's like, "Oh, hey, Arturo, like it's the last year of school. Like, I need to turn in this homework sheet or whatever." And I'm like, "Well, you know, I'm your best friend." And that is secretly in love with her, not really so secretly because she knows. I'm like, "You can take my car, just like drop it off after, you know, because I still have to work." She came by, grabbed my keys, dropped the car. She didn't come back at the time she was supposed to drop it off. Time passes by. Then like 3 hours pass by. I call her and she's crying because she's like, "Oh, I got in a car accident." She ended up driving my car to the beach to the guy that she was seeing and fucking with my car. And then on the way back, she fucking crashed it. And
That's fucking nuts.
that's what they're fucking doing to you.
Yeah. You're using
I have been
records.
there. That is what's happening.
I have been there?
Karma police. No, I just start singing
The
Radiohead.
question is,
Restless man.
the question that you have to ask yourself, do I want this to be my life forever? And if the answer is no, then you have to have the courage to face reality as it is, not as you hope it to be. And that will change your mindset.
Okay.
And after all of that, remember, man, every girl is a bitch until she proves otherwise.
Love it.
Recite that 5 times in the morning and 5 times before bed.
We think you're
Don't
fucking
do
great.
that.
This is not a Hammer or
Yeah.
Alex. I hope you understand that this is coming from a place. We think you're fucking great. But you need to think you're fucking great.
And I appreciate you guys for this. Honestly, I was not expecting to do the podcast on relationships because that's the one thing.
That's all we're doing now in Manly Girls.
That's definitely the one
me.
thing because we do talk about it way too much on this podcast. That like I know it's not a dating podcast or it's not a love.
People, though.
I feel like that too.
Hopefully you're one of those.
Because I originally was gonna come in here and bash AT&T. And kind of
that's
let everybody know, hey, just so you know, this because I didn't sign no NDA. I didn't do any of that, so I could talk about every tactic, everything, and I was, but I like this conversation.
Yeah, you already talked how you like swindle old ladies out of money on the other previous podcast.
Oh yeah.
Emily, what advice do you have for Alex?
My advice, I feel like I was actually in a very similar place like a few years ago where I was like so self-deprecating, like I thought I was worthless and like letting like that's part of the reason I was doing the like sugar baby thing because I was like I'm not worth anything so I might as well do this. And then it just like you have to start telling yourself that you're worth being loved, like you are a person who's worthy of love. That's not going to mean you're going to love yourself the next day. Loving yourself is a long, hard process. But it starts with, you know what? I am worthy of love. I'm worthy of being loved. I'm worthy of having love in my life. I have so many good things going for me. I'm going to lean into the things that make me interesting. I'm going to lean into the things that make me whole.
Plaster it on your walls. Put it on your mirror. Because it's not going to come natural at first. So every time that you wake up, you have to fucking read it. I am this. Positive things.
What's
obviously.
that? You know that scene in Rocky 1, where I think his name is Apollo, right?
Yeah.
Where he talks to Rocky. He's like, there is no tomorrow.
Oh, that's Rocky 3.
Rocky 3.
But like putting things like just so you read them, right? Like it will help your mindset because it's gonna get in there. Your brain is gonna keep reading it, and at first, and you have to read it in your own voice. Wafik, what's your advice for?
My advice is decide make a small goal for yourself. SMART goal, specific. That's what the S is. M is for measurable. A is for attainable. R is for realistic. T is for time bound. Once you have that SMART goal, put together an action plan. And initiate that action plan immediately. And it could be something as small as what Emily just said, reminding yourself that you are worthy every day and loving yourself. That could be your immediate action plan for when you leave here. Do that action plan.
Okay.
Dad, what you got for me?
Surround yourself with people that see the best in you.
Okay.
That energy you're putting into people that don't see you the way you want them, put that into relationships with friends, bro. You know? Let them build you up. Because we already see what you are. You know, other people that don't see it, you're gonna be like, oh well, I'm just one of the guys.
It's like you're sitting in a car, right? We're like, you're sitting in a car that you can race in. You're like, I'm never gonna win this race, and we see it. You're like, you can fucking win this race, but you gotta fucking start that engine. You know, like, and that maybe that measurable goal is maybe even plastering, like some way that you, maybe it's addressing the thing, writing on your mirror so that every time that you shave, I am awesome. I am worthy, right? Maybe even like the first thing that you wake up, so you can start internalizing that, and that will help change your mindset about other things. Because if you are great and you're awesome, why the fuck would you take treatment that that goes against that?
Well, on that note, I think this is a really good stopping point. I do appreciate all of you guys joining me today on the podcast. I know, kind of let the people know where they could find you and stuff like that. Go ahead, Dennis.
You can find me on Instagram, Dennis_V75, or on Facebook, Dennis V. Yeah, got a few shows coming up. Hopefully I see people out there.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You can find me at Wafik Zarif across all social media. That's WAFEEQ ZARIF and Wafik Zarif Unleashed on Facebook. Follow me so that you can stay abreast with all of my shows because I got a lot of shows coming up.
Okay.
And
Emily?
You can find me slashing Wafik's tires later today.
Yeah, hell yeah. Or at a local mic nearby.
So yeah, one more thing before we go. I do want to let everybody know that is watching this. All the episodes of A Side of Fries are gonna be on Spotify. Probably before this episode comes out, yeah. I finally got all the episodes on Spotify. A lot of people have been asking about it, and it's there. It'll be there by the time this episode goes up. Obviously, I'm on Twitch, ASOF Official Gaming, and I'm on Instagram, Aside for Eyes Podcast, and on TikTok. Same name. So please, I appreciate y'all supporting us. I appreciate my guests for being here and helping out. And I also appreciate Manly Girly Studios for hosting this podcast. And again, pleasure being around y'all. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Ooh, baby.
We just did another 2 hours.